Yeah, it's the
Tom special.
When I call them, they know exactly what I'm
Do they really?
about.
I love it.
I need my energy. It's a kids' weekend.
Just put pizza stuff on it.
Some kids weekend.
I'll tell you what. God almighty. They, in a good way, they suck every ounce of energy I have. I swear to you. It's hard for a parent. And I'm only a parent.
What's right now? Sorry, what's it?
40% of the time. It's hard work when I have my kids.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm here to remind you that
That's what I'm with grandkids.
Women that are with kids all day, oh my God, they have the hardest job.
They do.
Oh,
They absolutely do.
I would gladly work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking rates in the low single
But I think most people
rates in the
realize
high
that.
double digits.
But then,
Why wouldn't you
in the old days, and it wasn't that long ago, I had a friend who literally complained when he came home. She's with the kids all freaking day. Now, he's working, so he's thinking, you know, I'm working all day. So he gets home, he wants dinner and all this shit. And I'm thinking, you know, just try one day taking care of the kids. Just all day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the kids. So,
Good morning, Mark. What are you doing, sir? What's happening, man?
Turn that mic off for a second.
Andy, guy has a 3-week-old Dodge
I
truck.
cannot believe.
Needs a new tranny, okay?
Yeah.
They want to
Everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
According to a recent survey, these are the top barriers to company growth. Finance takes too long to close the books, too slow to launch new products, hiring and keeping good people, systems not talking to each other. They should look at the #1 business and financial system for growing companies, NetSuite from Oracle. NetSuite tracks and manages your revenue, cash flow, HR, inventory, projects, even e-commerce from a dashboard on your phone. Go to netsuite.com/radio to get your free guide called Crushing the 5 Barriers to Growth. netsuite.com/radio.
Hi, it's POTUS, and your shot at $1,000 happens now by texting the keyword BILLS to 200-200. You get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data message rates apply. That's BILLS to 200-200. It's a beautiful thing.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Help! I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, Tom Martino, your Troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome. We are here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, and to take complaints, and to make your life a little easier. I love doing this show. And the reason I love doing this show is because we get to help people. We love recovering money. Over the last 30 years, we have recovered millions and millions of dollars in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. So it's help. That's what you got to think about. Help. And what we're going to do for you is we're going to help you. This hour brought to you by Become the Banker. What the hell is that? Become the Banker is an investment for everyone. For as little as $250 a month. Here it is in a nutshell, okay? You buy life insurance. The purpose is not to buy life insurance. It's not the kind of life insurance you think. It's an investment-grade policy, but you only buy it because the government lets you overfund it, and every dime you put in it grows tax-free. The cost of insurance is very low. The idea is to build up a bundle that you can borrow from. So instead of taking a credit card or an auto loan, you borrow from your life insurance and you pay yourself back. And when you pay yourself back with interest, it grows. And as it grows even more, you get more money sheltered. Then over your lifetime, when you build up this cash, it's your retirement account. At retirement, whatever you want it to be, whenever you have enough, 40, 50, 60, you start drawing out regular checks every month. And you never pay them back. So you don't pay tax on it because it's a loan. So what happens to these loans? Let's say you take out 80 loans or 60 or whatever. Here's what happens. Your life insurance proceeds pay it back. That's it. Isn't that a great way to supplement retirement? If you want to learn more, I urge you to go to this site to look at my video. Becomethebanker.info. Becomethebanker.info. It compares the stock market and everything else. Here's the number if you want to talk to someone directly.
They've got a ton, and I mean a ton, of these free seminars coming up next week.
Right. Now, I would like you to, people don't do this, I want them to call me back after you see the video. Call me back after you go to the seminar. I want honest-to-God feedback. I mean it, not just good feedback. Tell me what you don't like about it. But I found nothing wrong with it. 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600. Becomethebanker.info. Todd wants to talk about his 2018 Dodge 3500 that needs a tranny. We have our experts. And speaking of Dodge, we have Andy Barella with Colorado Springs Dodge. We have Kevin Calkin with Sheridan Auto Tech. And we have Mark Machonsky with Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. All of my experts on the referral list at referralist.com. Shoot, Todd, what's happening?
Good morning, Tom. I bought a truck 1 month ago, and it's had a transmission failure. Dealership, Dodge wants to take care of it, but they want to put in a refurbished transmission, which I didn't really feel very comfortable with. A 1 month old truck and a refurbished transmission. Didn't know if there was...
That sounds outrageous.
What?
A 1 month old truck, brand new.
Well, okay.
And they want to put in a rebuilt tranny.
Okay, no, it's refurbished. That's a way big different thing at the if it's a factory. Is it the factory that did it?
Yeah, it's a Dodge thing. I don't even really want a 1 month old truck that's had a major issue.
Todd, if they give you a new transmission, how many miles on the truck?
1,900.
Okay, if they give you a brand new transmission, I would have no qualms. Your argument is I don't even want a 1 month old truck with an issue. Well, that's ridiculous.
No, but the real issue is that worth it? A used or not a used one, but a rebuilt?
I don't like the idea of a refurbished transmission, but I want to know this: psychologically, does it bother me, or is it because of facts? So I'm going to ask each one of you. Andy Barella, you're the service manager down there, right?
That's correct.
Is a refurbished factory transmission essentially the same as new? What do they do? What is a refurbish and what is new? I need to know the difference.
They both have new parts. The difference is the transmission. The case is they have new parts. Period. The difference is
not a new case. Otherwise, it'd be a new. I mean, they take if it's refurbished from something.
It's been rebuilt with new parts.
Right.
The difference is the transmission that was put in at the factory had a new case with new parts.
Right.
It's original equipment. There's a difference.
It's new everything.
Absolutely.
So the refurbished one is basically the same. The only thing really used. Tell me, guys, you rebuilt it. Tell me, what is in a properly rebuilt major refurbished transmission? What is used in it? What is still used?
You're going to have a used pump assembly, a used case. You're going to have used planetaries, a used valve body. So the soft parts in the transmission will be brand new. But Dodge doesn't refurbish transmissions. Dodge doesn't do that.
So they would be buying him one from
exactly.
Okay.
All of the transmissions and most parts in a vehicle come from different vendors.
No,
so that's not unusual.
Let's cut to it, though. How would you handle this at Colorado Springs Dodge? Would you go to Dodge and tell them this needs to be a new one? I mean, how does Dodge deal with this?
In a minute. If that truck was in my shop, he'd have a brand new transmission, hands down. I'd do it. There's a way to do everything if you know who to get a hold of and how to go about it.
And I know Purifoy would do that for Chevrolet. I know he would. So
how do I do that?
Okay, let's talk about it. Who's the dealer? And I don't want to throw stones at him because I don't know if it's their choice, and maybe they don't know how to fight. Who are they?
Larry H. Miller.
Okay. Okay. I would go to another dealer.
No, I'm just really curious. What's the difference in warranty terms, between the refurbished one from Dodge and the OEM brand new one from Dodge?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
What's the difference in warranty?
There is no difference.
Right.
The warranty follows out whatever the manufacturer's warranty was, regardless. But
Todd, what bothers you about this? I understand.
Psychological.
I understand. It's a 1 month old truck. I understand that, but truly, putting in another transmission doesn't devalue it.
I've seen other refurbished things that fail quicker than new things.
Okay, fair enough.
And probably is a lot psychological, but
right,
it's a really expensive truck. I don't want you.
How much was this truck?
50.
They shouldn't screw around with you.
It should be relatively easy. Are you working with a service director? Are you working with a service manager? Somebody at an upper level?
Who are you working with that made this offer?
I haven't gone up the chain at all. It's the service.
You need to.
But before I do that, you see, here's what I don't want. For Dodge to have his VIN and to dig their heels in before someone like you can get a hold of them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm thinking if he can switch horses now, he's not tied to the dealer he bought it. He's not tied to the dealer where he lives. For something major like this, Todd, what I would do is get another dealer who will fight for you, even though they would rather you have bought it from them. And, you know, obviously, did you buy it from Larry H. Miller?
No, that's just the closest place the tow truck took it to.
Okay. Where did you buy it?
H.M. Brown.
Okay, they can't fight for you because they're a broker. And by the way, they're not bad. They're good at what they do. So, Todd, I really is it drivable at all?
No.
Crap.
What happened to it? What happened to the transmission?
What's the story?
It just started. It would revved up at stoplight. Said it was going 15 miles an hour, even though it wasn't moving. Just wouldn't go forward, and then it chugged forward a little bit. Then pretty soon, no forward. It only had reverse. It just doesn't go into gear.
Now, there is a one-way check valve in the cooler line, which supplies fluid to the transmission. If that check valve is stuck, that would cause premature failure to the transmission. So hopefully they address that.
They've replaced 3 different. They've had it for almost a week. They've replaced 3 different parts, and it's gone farther than that. This is what it is.
Todd, I know you're thinking you want a new truck, but I don't think you're going to get one because truly the failure of a major component, if they can replace it, you should. Is there a way? How would you get it to your place? I mean, if he wanted to go, it's way far away. But you're one of the few. Do you have a counterpart up here where your people would fight for him? Do you?
Well, we own Brandon Dodge on Broadway. So if we needed to do that, we could. Or if you want to give your information to Suzanne or one of the girls, I'll take it back and actually make the contact for you if you want. So yeah, there's no reason we can't help you. I'd be happy to.
Let's just start there, okay? 303-713-8255. And if you're in the market for a used car, truck, SUV, or van, Rocky's Autos, it is car day. So let's talk cars. 40 lenders to choose from, that's variety. Plus you have a giant lot at 63rd and Federal. That's a place where you can ride around in a golf cart and see all kinds of vehicles. What I like is variety of prices, too. Listen, you're going to get the lower end, you're going to get the higher end, you're going to get the middle. The truth is you're going to get value, though. So what I want you to do is shop around. I always tell people to shop. Then put Rockies on the list. They want an opportunity. That's all they want. So if you put them on the list, though, make sure you really compare the same things, okay? So you can see if you're getting a great deal, and you'll know you're getting a great deal. 303-426-4646, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8, 63rd and Federal.
Until they're at yeah, but I'm thinking there's a check valve in that cooler line. If that check valve,
I can't tell you how many times I've had people like him.
Yeah.
And I'll just call my area manager and say, hey, I'm not putting a rematch tranny on his truck. He doesn't deserve that. Send me a new one. They have new ones available.
Yeah, sure.
So I have the
Well, what I'm saying is you put the new one in.
Between the two is negligible.
That listed
Yeah. You put the new one in though, and it fails again because that check valve in the cooler line's not flowing.
You have to nowadays when we replace a tranny, we'll replace the lines in the cooler with it.
Oh,
we'll do that. Now that's pretty
the check valve situation.
Yeah.
Excuse me real quick.
Yeah, this thing
So
is not.
it's a trouble ticket, Mark. It's just is what it is. So we're gonna have to get it fixed. Sorry about that. I noticed it a few days ago, but I thought it was from splitting headphones.
Oh, I thought it was just this. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
His request isn't unreasonable. I'd be the same way.
Yeah, sure.
Well, he needs to get past the service wire.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I mean, because they're trying to do repairs on it.
They don't have the ability to help him, but a service manager
Boy,
does.
that is unusual, though. Are you seeing a lot of that on the new Dodge pickups? That training going out that soon?
There's a little.
Manufacturers.
But
I'd like to know what the
we're
cost
playing
is.
with the new 8 speeds and 9 speeds now, mind you.
Yeah.
So now we're playing with a different tranny, and early on there's going to be a little bit of failure. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt. They have a heater cooler that mount to the side of that tranny, and I've done a few of them. So, and then valve bodies, they're again.
Oh,
and it's interesting
valve body
because
updates all
Chrysler has a system called digital imaging. And you cannot, as a dealer, replace a tranny or a valve body on most vehicles without taking pictures, doing all the reports, putting everything together, and sending it to Detroit. And then they tell you what to do. Do it, visually. But it's an interesting process. It really is. Matter of fact, if we logged in, I would show you what it looks like. It's pretty cool. It really is.
Now, who does that benefit? I mean, is that...
It really benefits the manufacturer because you got to figure that a team of engineers are sitting there going, what failed at every store across the country and why?
So
so then they're bringing all that data back and going, okay, here's what happened and this is what we need to do. It's pretty smart. It really is. It sucks for me, but it's pretty smart.
Because there's got to be a lot of commonality in the failures.
Yeah, it is. And what is good, I guess, is Chrysler pays me 8/10 to do the report. So that's they pay me to do it.
What do you mean by 8/10?
8/10 of an hour.
Oh.
They pay me 8/10 of an hour to do the report.
Got it. Oh, really?
And the first couple of times, it probably wasn't worth the 8.
It's a pain, man. You got to do a diagnostic sheet. You have to do what they call a 70% sheet. You have to do a full scan and download it to a flash drive and send that to them so they can see all the data in the truck of what happened before and after. It's amazing.
Yeah, don't be clearing anything before you...
Well, you don't want to clear anything, but they'll slam you.
Yeah.
The other thing it tells them is if the truck has a chip or anything. Because it tells them if it's been flashed, when, who did it. It tells you everything. Everything.
So you get these cowboys go out.
Oh, buddy, you don't want to.
You don't want to be modified.
You want to be fooling with stuff.
Yeah.
You'll be done in a minute.
Yeah, if it's got a chip in it, how do they handle that? Covered or no?
You're not. No.
Are you void or are you just not covered for that?
You're not covered for that. It's pretty seldom that they'll go in. Thank you, dear.
It'll be here about 11 to 11:15.
They'll address it one-on-one. They won't put
Do you
you
need
on.
anything?
Because I'll usually tell the customer, after this one, I clear it. Put it back to the factory and save yourself. It happens 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, because the advantage you just gained by having that in there was just cost you $5,000.
Exactly.
First in your class. And a first-in-class top brass like yourself deserves Progressive Business Insurance. With over 30 business and vehicle options, you'll feel like you and your cupcakes are flying. First class. So move your center of mass to progressivecommercial.com real fast. Now you're cooking with gas. Progressive Company Insurance Advance.
With 95 to help tow your trailer. And an 09 to a sparks from
That's where how people, even if it's covered by warranty, don't like their vehicles.
Wildfire.
It is. My girlfriend's 2017 Subaru getting a transmission.
Yeah.
She didn't want it.
That's really, it can give you an ugly feeling. It's hard to,
It's
you know, I say to people, you have to drive it for 30 days after I fix it so it'll earn your trust back.
Yeah.
Because you freak out.
Yeah. But it is. It's
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We're so happy when owners of businesses address problems. So we're going to get right to a problem that the owner is addressing straight up, and we certainly appreciate it. Jerry had a car, it's really her son. They bought a Jeep, and it was jacked up, they call them, whatever, lifted. Okay? Lifted. It's not uncommon for Jeeps to be lifted. Here's the point. Was it a defective vehicle? We had our experts look at it. They say no. The entire job, all they said was one of the links was missing, and it was probably done to make it more pliable.
Mark's the one that looked at it.
Yeah, Mark's place. Not Mark, but one of his guys, right, Mark?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So one of the links is missing, and it was done, one of the front links, and it was probably done because they wanted it to be more pliable in the off-road condition. Jerry says, my son can't drive it on the highway. It's terrible. It wobbles so much, it's terrible. I've had other people call and say, I have lifted Jeep. It doesn't wobble at all. Then I had some four-wheelers tell me, experts say, that is a very normal car. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the Jeep. So does the dealer have a responsibility to make sure that the vehicle you buy is fit for a particular purpose. We get this call often, and it goes like this. Well, I made clear that I was going to use this to commute, blah, blah, blah. I made it clear that I live very high up in the mountains. I made it clear that I am in a very hot climate. I made it clear I'm going to take this to Alaska. I mean, I swear to God, we get that problem all the time. And as Jerry said, we made it clear he'd be driving on the highway, and the guy said it would be no problem. The thing is where does that obligation begin? Does it, or is there even an obligation? Now, what John did say is if we found anything defective with that lift, he would fix it. We didn't find anything defective. Right?
Yeah, no, there's nothing defective. But here's what they did. The factory had a 4-link suspension on this vehicle, okay? Yeah. What they did was they converted it to a 3-link suspension, and they put that 3-link suspension towards the center of the vehicle, which is going to lose stability at highway speeds.
Right, but a lot of people do that when they want to attain a good off-road vehicle.
No, they don't.
That's what I was told. I was told that particular conversion makes an excellent off-road vehicle.
Oh, it does. It's you know, actually this vehicle is used for rock climbing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So to say that, yes, people wouldn't do it if they're going to take it to work, right, Mark? I mean,
right, but I mean, you can lift Jeeps without doing that.
That's right.
Have it stable on the highway.
You can have both worlds, right. But that doesn't mean that the dealer did. I mean, the dealer took it in trade, probably, right? So what I'm getting at is this, Mark. If your kid bought that, what argument would you make? You're an expert. Would you say this is a defective vehicle?
No, it's not defective.
That's the point. So let's forget about trying to prove it's a defective vehicle, and let's go right to the point. Did the dealer, One Source Auto, do anything wrong by selling it to them? Okay, and this is a fair question. Jerry, that's pretty much sums up the problem. You feel it was not fit for a particular purpose. Isn't that right, Jerry?
Yeah, that's correct.
Your son said he's bought many lifted vehicles before, and he said he loves them, and he loved this, and he said he drove it, and but you both gave the excuse you weren't given enough time to drive it, right?
That's correct, okay. And that is our bad that we didn't pursue that more heavily.
Well, it's so easy, you know. Let me just give you an analogy. I had to buy some. I was buying something one time a while ago. It was an aircraft, and the weather was bad. Okay, and the guy said, "Well, I'm sorry, but this is, you know, if you don't do this, it's going away." And I said, "Well, then it'll have to go away because, in other words, I have to figure this out." Now, Jerry, I understand your kid was probably salivating because I understand it looks really nice, right, Mark?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a pretty nice,
pretty cool looking Jeep.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jerry. The argument is what then? Make your argument and pretend I'm a judge. What's your argument?
Well, the argument is that it's been inspected by multiple people, including Budget A1. When they called me off of the air, their exact words to me, aside from the fact that it was heavily modified, that it was built for off-road, and that it was not road-worthy, was their exact words. I took notes.
Well,
and
what they meant was, okay, it's registered, it's legal, it is roadworthy. I think what they meant was they wouldn't drive it on the roads or on the highways because of the stability. That's what is right, Mark?
Well,
that's correct. What we meant was is if you're going to use this vehicle to drive it on the highway 60 miles an hour plus,
not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
I mean, is it like a rock climbing thing, Mark?
That's exactly what it is.
Got it. I mean, it's really a specialized vehicle, more than just an ordinary four-wheeling.
I would guess they could sell that pretty quick.
But here's the thing. I truly do believe if the dealer knew it was a rock climbing vehicle, not just a lifted vehicle, not just an off-road, get this, because a normal off-road vehicle can be driven on the roads. But if they knew it was a highly specialized vehicle, I do believe that they did have a responsibility. Like, oh, ma'am, no, you can't use this. You can't use this for normal driving. It's like, I'm trying to give an analogy. If you went to buy a boat and you wanted to pull skiers, and the boat was specifically made for bass fishing. I mean, that's what it was made for. And it has a trolling motor. I mean, a dealer could say, well, you bought the boat, ma'am. But, I mean, come on. You have to make it clear. This boat won't go over, 6 miles an hour or whatever. This is the point I'm trying to make. Now, let's talk to the dealer. John was kind enough to come on, the owner. Hello, John.
Hello, how are you doing?
You heard the discussion. Weigh in.
I did. Well, I will tell you, as I mentioned before, when I bought that vehicle, I drove it home 3 or 4 days up and down the Freeway 75. I thought, compared to other lifted vehicles, that it drove great. It had almost rode like a Cadillac, really soft.
Wow. Because
because of the long arm suspension, and it just, like I said, it's a rock crawling car, so it's got real soft suspension.
Did you know it was a rock climbing car or just a lifted car?
Just a lifted car, we looked at it as.
You didn't see that it was highly modified?
Oh, it was definitely highly modified, and we put that in the ad. We announced it on the Colorado Particulate Disclosure that it was, altered suspension. The frame had been, it's been moved. The suspension's been moved back and forward. So we announced it, probably over-announced it.
But,
so that
Jerry, didn't you say you made it clear that your son, I don't know, what did you say about the making it clear?
Well, that it would be his daily driver, and that we live in Elizabeth, and he commutes to Denver every single day. So he would be obviously putting himself and other drivers at risk driving this on the highway. John can say that it goes straight and it drives like a Cadillac. The fact is that it does not.
Well, I think a lot depends on the driver, too. I mean, let's put it this way, Jerry. I would agree with you that in most cases it probably doesn't, because even our experts say that. In most cases, if you do any kind of weaving or bobbing in a lane, you're going to have a problem going quickly. Now, John might be a different kind of driver, but that's not the point. Here's the point. Did John, or whoever sold it to you, did they do, I don't think anybody's saying fraud, but did they do something wrong, and do they owe you a refund or an exchange?
Let's just cut to it. The answer is no. I mean, you can judge all day long. She bought it.
I know.
What did he say last time he was on? The son said, this isn't the first jacked up vehicle, or not jacked up, lifted vehicle I bought. He seemed like the expert on these things.
I don't know. You could have had it checked out. You could have driven it on the highway. I mean, really, John, can you, and you're under no obligation, listen, I don't know you from Adam. I've not gotten a lot of complaints, so I got to think that's a good thing. I mean, not a lot. I haven't gotten any. This is the first time I ever heard about you as far as complaints. So, John, is there anything you can think of that you can do without losing your shirt or without her losing her shirt?
Well, when she first had said she had the problem, we towed it down, we gave it another look, and we just didn't think there was...
No, we're not talking about defect. We're not talking about that. We're talking about getting him into another car.
I got to bring this up. When this call first came in, okay, you were out of town, so I'm talking to her. This guy came right on, and basically she was saying that everything was wrong with it. It had broken parts. She literally was. She wasn't saying it was lifted like Mark said. She said it's not roadworthy. She basically trashed it like he sold her something that shouldn't be on a lemon or something, which isn't right. This guy came on and said he would fix anything if it's broken on there, and I have him saying that. There's nothing broken on there.
I know.
I don't think we should be beating this guy up.
I'm not.
I know you're not. I feel like he's getting just the raw end of the stick here.
Jerry, you probably don't feel that way, do you? You feel like you're getting the raw end, right? You're right, Jerry?
Absolutely. And I didn't say that it was all broken. I said that it had been butchered up, that somebody put a lift on it.
Well, you can classify that any way you want, but you can, it's been surgically altered. How about that, as opposed to butchered? I mean, you can frame it any way you want. Let's get right to the point, Jerry. Your son can't drive it. He wants another vehicle. John,
in front of my house.
John, you know as well as I do. John, I know, by the way, this game, and I'm not saying game in a bad way, but when dealers have a car that goes out and the owner brings it back, it's wholesale. And I'm wondering, can you do better than that? I mean, seriously, can you get him in another vehicle?
Absolutely. I'd love to have the car back. We'll sell it in a heartbeat. It's a gorgeous Jeep. It's low miles. It's good looking. I mean, really good looking.
Jerry, here's what I would do. Really, I would take that Jeep back with your son and see what they can do to trade you out to another car and then let us review the deal. Because Jerry, what I don't want to happen is, you get high retail on the one you're trading for and wholesale on the one you're trading in when you just bought it. I would like to see them, since they did make some money on this, and they're probably going to make money on the trade. I'm saying, can they do it without making so much money and keep it net the same? I'm not asking them to lose money either. I'm asking them to keep it net the same. Like, get them into another vehicle for no loss and no big profit. And I'm asking Jerry that it's minimal to her. I mean, how long have you had the Jeep?
We bought it on November 11th.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. They're under no obligation to do anything. That's how we have to start this, Jerry, seriously, because they aren't. That's just the fact. If you went to court, I believe you would lose. I believe you would have no argument, especially because your son drove it. So you have to make up your mind if you're willing to take it back there. Are you?
We're willing to take it back. One other thing, too, is John had agreed 2 or 3 weeks ago to refund our warranty because they sold us a warranty that was... I
don't think that is an issue. That should be done. Warranty should...
Damn right it should be. They can't... The warranty's useless on this vehicle.
They sold a warranty that cannot be used on an altered vehicle. So, John, is that an issue there?
No, and matter of fact, we got the paper back either yesterday, the day before. We processed it.
Okay.
It's going.
Okay, listen. John has been upstanding so far. I want you and your son to go there, and I mean this, Jerry. I will be happy, or Mark will be happy to review the deal. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Joseph A. Lazara, speaking of driving, don't ever drive drunk ever. In fact, most people that get DUIs, they're not stone cold drunks. You know what they are? They're people like you and me that have just miscalculated. Oh, wait a minute. I just had 2 glasses of wine a couple hours ago. I'm just going to have, a tequila or whatever. They don't think, hey, I'm going to get drunk and drive. So listen, if you made a stupid mistake, if you miscalculated, if you do have a problem with drinking, I'll talk about the Raleigh House later, seriously. But with Joe Lazara, he doesn't encourage it. But if you are in trouble, you need him. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Joseph A. Lazara. He's on my referral list at referralist.com.
Hi, it's Botus.
The Raleigh House all over this hour.
Would you get to a 4x4 shop, put a double dampener on it, try to strengthen it up if they could do it?
Well, what they did was they took the 4-link suspension out,
right?
Changed it over to a 3-link suspension, but they put that towards the center of the vehicle for more articulation of the wheels.
Okay, I'll do a couple
of things. And then they cut out all the bracket gussets for the 4-link suspension.
Well, they did a good job of it, but
yeah, they did.
It's not a 70 mile an hour.
Did you see the vehicle?
I haven't. I see pictures.
But it's not a piece of junk, your guys.
No, they did a good job. They did a good job doing it for that.
Is it a Jeep Wrangler? What kind of Jeep is it? Is it a Wrangler?
Yeah, Rubicon or Wrangler.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
CJ.
Yeah.
That's Jeep.
Yeah, it's a newer one.
Oh my God, I'm tired of carpet. It's nothing against dealers. Every dealer in the world. I got to be paid. I had this top line S550 Mercedes retail for 120. I'm not going to mention how much I lost. I kept it 1 year. I can't believe how much. Because I didn't need it. I did not need it. It was 2016. I got it with 11,000 miles. I was the first registered owner because it was under the dealer executive. They all the top executives. So they still had the MSO, so it was transferred to me. Not that that matters. But
11,000 miles.
When I got it, it was 11 something. I put 700-800 miles on it, so it had 12.9.
So you had depreciation because it had 11,000 miles on it.
Yeah. But
how much more would it depreciate?
Okay, no. The price out the door for me was probably 100. Probably. I don't know, maybe a $20,000 discount. Something like that. See, I did a trade for a Ferrari on 2 Mercedes. So I got 2 new Mercedes. That's the only reason I got it. I thought, I can't get rid of this Ferrari in Colorado. In California, I got a great deal as far as the wholesale. So they gave me 2 new Mercedes, right?
Which are easy to
Plus
get rid of.
they transported them, did everything. So I thought, then I'm going to sell the Mercedes. But the thing is, I thought, maybe I'll drive it. Maybe I said, Steph, we can have a luxury car with involved. Although hers is pretty nice. Okay, so I keep it here. And then I decided, you know what, I never freaking drive it. So I put it up for sale. I couldn't get anyone to look at it. And then I finally went to Murray, and they said, here's what the wholesale is. They gave me more than wholesale, thank God, because I know that they knew they could sell it tomorrow. And they're going to make, I know they're going to make 20 grand, so bravo, you know that. But the car business is ruthless. It's appreciation. I made up my mind. The market is different.
I just did that with.
I'm never buying a new car.
I bought a new.
Well, not me.
Well, me and Kevin talked about that this morning.
I'll always buy new. If I can take any of my Hondas right now that I put 0 down payment on, and I can sell them for exactly at least what is still owed.
Good.
With no negative equity.
Right. There's certain cars I can't.
Why will you can't do that with the Mercedes?
Because of the depreciation. You can buy a car a year old and save a shitload.
Yeah, but the Mercedes you had was used and it depreciated. You didn't get what.
Well, no, I probably overpaid because
right,
that's
right.
You see, here's the good part. I didn't feel it because
you had something.
That Ferrari was a divorce settlement. I didn't remember.
Why didn't you just give it to Holly?
No.
What they give you for the car?
I didn't want the car. I didn't want the car. I did not want the car. But that Ferrari, but I would have slit both wrists and tear out my heart before I let her have it. I bet, because it was her birthday present. So I wanted that car. Here's the problem with it. And she used that car on dates. You know what I mean?
Oh God, Jesus! Oh,
I wanted the car. It was on her fucking Facebook. This guy driving.
How you made it? I don't know, man.
Wow, I would go uncorked. In your Mercedes, the boyfriend,
the car that he bought,
the Ferrari.
Oh,
yeah, no, we're talking.
My God,
car.
He had it on his Facebook. So anyway,
wow.
Anyway, I want to get rid of this car, and here's the deal. I didn't feel the pain of that Mercedes deal because, to me, that was money that I had spent a long time ago. You know.
Yeah.
So when I got the Mercedes, no matter what I got for it, it was almost like found money. It was just
the Ferrari didn't depreciate that much, though, did it?
What did you lose on the 550 deal?
Watch what he's saying, really.
Okay.
40
grand.
Wow.
$40,000.
Well,
okay. If not really, if you really take, I don't know, because if you look at the trade,
you don't know.
Supposedly I lost 40, but I maybe did because they never sold it to me at that anyway. You know. You know, I mentioned with Joe Lazare, if you have a drinking problem, the Raleigh House. The Raleigh House is an addiction treatment center for alcohol and drugs, all kinds of drugs. I made a statement that addiction on its own, left alone, will never get better on its own, that you need help, you need intervention. So this phone number for the Raleigh House is not for you to call and enroll in the Raleigh House. Now, if you want to, that's fine. They're wonderful. They have an evidence-based treatment center designed to reduce substance abuse and alcohol abuse. And they're quite successful. But here's the most important thing. The line is for information. No one is going to just check into rehab anywhere, or no one is just going to say, I have a problem. So it's for relatives and friends and loved ones who have an addict in their life to call and ask a question. Any question, like, how do I know they have a problem? What do I say to them? How do I say it? Can you talk to them? How much is it? What kind of treatments are available in addition to the Raleigh House? How long does it take? Does insurance pay? Are there drugs that help? Are there supplements that can help? What are the triggers? What should I do to avoid tension? Any question in the world, a caring, loving staff has established this number in cooperation with the Troubleshooter Network, because I said, if I am going to do commercials for a treatment center, I want a free, confidential number, no sales pitch, that people can call anytime they want and ask any question they want, and you'll be answered. It's not, oh, come on in and see what we got. Nothing like that. You will love these people. 720-893-5559. If you know anyone with an addiction and you want to help, call 720-893-5559, the Raleigh House. And it's like Raleigh, North Carolina, although they're located in Denver, theRaleighHouse.com. So
Let's talk. Ray, what's on your mind, Ray?
Yes, I was calling to thank you.
About what?
You called Phil Longford for me. I'm the guy that had the vehicle that they had promised me some stuff when I bought it.
Oh, yes, yes.
And you said I wasn't going to get nowhere?
I said
he had some aftermarket stuff, too.
Because there was no we owe statement. And usually there's a we owe statement, meaning this is what you get after the deal.
Well, I talked to, I believe it's Mark, the sales manager.
Right.
Sales manager
Right.
For Phil Long, and
yes.
They got me scheduled. They ordered all the stuff for me.
Yes.
Everything that was wrong with it.
You know we called him, right? You know we called him. Yes.
That's why I'm calling to thank you.
Ray, thank you for calling back and letting us know. We love helping people, and it's pretty cool when we hear back from you.
Can I add on to that real quick? This is driving me nuts. When you were gone, we had another issue that Market Budget, he ended up fixing it, but we had a vehicle go down with the same problem 5 times, 3 times to Christian Brothers, and 2 times to a dealer. Every time, the transfer case kept breaking. Christian Brothers did not want to refund him.
The differential.
The differential.
Well, did Christian Brothers do something wrong? Did they?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So, but we never have complaints on them. Finally, I get through to the right people on Christian Brothers. They refunded the consumer a check for $9,000. That's a lot of money, $9,000. Then, I guarantee she signed a release, and she won't call up, and this guy made me think of it, she won't call up and say thank you. How many messages have we left for that person?
Do you want to know something?
It drives me nutty.
Do you know how many times people have to sign a or a confidentiality clause?
You're talking to the king of
Right. Because here's, let me explain this. We helped another guy, he called and told us, because he didn't sign one. And Daphne woodpeckered them to death. They delivered a refrigerator, and they hooked up the wrong part for the water line onto the ice maker. It was a wrong nut, compression nut, the wrong one. And so the threads did not match, and it eventually fell off and did damage to the floor. $51,000.
That just happened. That was huge.
That's added to our total. Do you see why we love what we do?
How about a tiny house? Someone put 30 grand down.
Yeah.
Couldn't get any money or a house.
25, I think it was.
Whatever. What happened there?
He got his money back, but he wouldn't talk to us because of the confidentiality. Listen,
I know.
I don't care if you sign a confidentiality.
It's thankless work.
If you say, let's all have a code word, okay? If you say, Tom, it was settled to my satisfaction. If you say that, we will know you can't say anything.
That's a good way to do it.
Just say my satisfaction.
Because generally we don't even get that. We don't even get, well, I signed something.
Just say that. Charlie, you have an unusual complaint about news about KHOW and KOA?
Well, generally, I have to say I like them.
Yeah.
But there's a big issue before the Congress right now, and that is the funding of the government.
Well, yeah.
And it was just reported that since the Republicans control, and I'm a Democrat.
They control the House, the Senate, and the White House.
They do not have the control over the Senate.
What?
They have to have 60 votes on a budget deal.
Yeah, of course.
And they don't have those 60
Okay, but they have control, meaning they have more members.
For most things, yes.
But it's a meaningless statement.
They hold the majority.
This issue.
No, you're right.
And,
on this issue,
I believe the newsroom owes it to the listening public to not say that it's just a standoff between two.
Let's go get Kathy Walker, our news director, and talk to her. Let's see what she says.
No, but what are you saying they're saying or not saying?
No, they're saying, whenever they make that side clause, they say, oh, by the way, the Republicans have control of the House, Senate, and White House. In other words, why do they have to shut down the government when they have control?
Yeah, correct.
What he's saying is, in this particular case, they do not have control of the Senate because of the 60-vote minimum.
Well, they have control, but they can't pass this issue without help from the Dems.
Well, that's because, right, in this issue they don't have control, because to have control is not just a majority. They have to have 60, right?
Correct.
So let's ask Kathy Walker.
You know what's weird, though?
Just ask her.
I think that's common knowledge, but I guess this guy's right. Most people don't know that.
Oh, no, they don't. No, most people do not.
Most people don't know anything.
It's a very simple question. I don't even think, but they're kind of telling the truth when they say that the Republicans hold the control of the House, Senate, and White House. What you're saying is it's not germane to this issue.
It's misleading.
Yes,
So,
but the news is about...
I'd like to discuss it with one of the news people. I don't think they're doing
Let's go get Bill.
Technically, or Kathy's the boss, right? She's the news director. So let's talk to Kathy.
Grab one of them.
If they can come in, it would be nice just to grab a mic quickly. Okay? Troy wants to talk about some kind of new law on CDLs, and Jane wants to talk about a dealership problem. She called in from last week out of Minnesota, all right? Plumline Services for your savings on furnaces, but I want to tell you about something else they're doing, and that is 93 or free. I like this. Plumline has its own drain division. They do not hire subcontractors. If you have a clogged or slow drain, here's the deal. They will clear it for $93 or the call is free. It's that simple, 93 or free. But here's the great part about it. If they can't clear it, you got a problem, right? So they're going to give you a complete written diagnostic and estimate. You don't have to have the work done. You're no obligated. There's no obligation, but you'll have an honest estimate that you can compare if you want. And there will be no charge. So it's 93 to clear it or free. 93 or free, Plumline Services. Of course, they do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086.
Christian Brothers look good. They gave, hey, listen, we didn't do it right. We gave you money back.
I just don't want to be disparaged, and that's their way.
Should I just bring her in here for you to explain? I think she's on the phone.
We didn't do it right.
Yeah, you know,
we're not perfect. You know how they used to gave us the Republican Party of film.
I mean, reviews. How many? You got a
Democrats are the party
reviews just like with a tow truck, but you get somebody that's just there. They're all over. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Mostly sunny today, mild with a
We got one. You know, it's a three-star.
Right now, mostly
They were
cloudy,
nothing
57 in Denver. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30.
They were nothing special. That's what they said about our shop. There's nothing special.
University of Northern Colorado graduate school.
We fix your car.
Was it Sasha while you're waiting in the waiting room?
Exactly. What did we need to do to, you know?
Maybe they wanted an oil rub down.
What are you guys doing? This doesn't sound legal.
No. We're just talking about customer reviews and how hard
Nothing
customers are.
special. So you
hard get them to do
Well,
it?
but that's the good ones are hard. Right. Anytime somebody feels a slight of any kind, they're just
right.
Well, we just got a 3-star.
So you
But
fix
it's
the car, you
but
did
it's
your
just,
job right.
we probably may or may not go back. They were special.
drug screen, and you can get them in your
What does that
home.
mean?
People are toxic.
You know, but those are the reviews you get. The guy that walks away like, you know, it's great. He won't take the time.
See, I'd rather do that.
Do what?
Because I just do it
With
little
reviews, like you're
If I
talking
really
about,
like
you know,
it,
trying to reach out to
that you're
people that are happy,
happy,
you know.
happy like
So the good reviews are the hardest ones to get.
And usually I'll tell people too. I'll say, hey, I'll give you a review.
Sure.
$39.
We have all kinds of review things. They get emails, they get texts, they get requests, they get everything. Yeah. We're always
I can't imagine that one.
I like getting, I hate getting all handles.
I can tell you stories. I can tell you stories about having
yeah, I just, it's like sitting still in my bed. Let me open the
I woke
box
up in the middle of the
first.
night and she wasn't in the bed. And I went outside and went downstairs near the swimming pool where we had a door. And I could see in and she was in bed. With our kids.
All the upfit you need at the lowest delivered price.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Oh, there's more that you would never
Did you say anything, or you just go back to
Oh my God! If I said something, she would threaten and
Okay.
And so I had a plan. It was all emotion. I was going to leave, but I had a plan. I don't want to
do it.
And that's when
Only for Hyundais today. Today
she
only.
found out the kids. She called the doctor. See,
Yeah, I thought it was so funny when you did that thing with Al. The first one. It wasn't even up yet.
Right.
Well, I thought you won. I thought it was us and everything. Right? It wasn't. I said,
Is this the you were on practice?
And she just said,
I called him up.
That's all it takes, though. Yeah.
No, they did say that. I said, no. But I said, you have 3 others.
You didn't know what I was talking
The
about.
same thing. Well, you did have witnesses. And they said she was drunk. And you guys left. And he says, yeah, but he and
I think I had like 5 or 6 calls. The cops coming over. The girl was drunk. and the cops get there, my shirt's ripped to shreds.
I know.
You know?
God, it is such. Let me tell you why it's such a bad thing.
Wow.
Because the poor women that are truly abused,
Yeah,
you don't want to take it lightly. You've got to have action. But fuck, how many people are just thrown in jail for nothing? I was so humiliated. And while I'm in jail, he's at the house.
Do you like
Oh,
the
my
idea
God.
of burning more fat? Well,
Your
if
house.
you answered yes, we want to send you a
And then I didn't have a restraining order. You know what? I didn't have anything because they knew it wasn't true. So I could go back home. So,
combines premium
but
green tea with
it was
curcumin and
so
resveratrol
humiliating.
in one
And this guy had a
tiny
wife
pill.
and
this
kids.
little
A wife
pill
and
delivers
kids.
big health
And
benefits for your heart, your
they were
joints,
making a
energy,
plan
and
to sell my
metabolism.
house
That's
and
simple.
buy land
You
in
can
Parker
get
where there was a house and put up a house for his family. This is how fucking work
Call
it
right
is.
now and request your free bottle. Dial
Makes my heart beat.
1-800-326-9621.
It is amazing. I can go there every day to do a show. I swear to God.
Wow.
I don't even know what got me through it. It was pure. It was pure God. I'm telling you. To get on every day and just have to get through it. And people.
You know, I actually thought about that, how you're able to do that, how you're able to do that. Because there was a time there for me,
Oh no.
it was so hard for me to disconnect.
But just imagine if your face was all over the news and the internet about what you're going through on the carpet. It's one thing to go through it, it's another thing to have that perception.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
tough.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's talk. What's going on in your life, okay? Now, we have a call into the news department at KOA, which is K-How-To, as far as the news. And Charlie will get an answer. But I don't think it's that big of a deal that they say that. But Charlie says it gives a false impression that they are the ones responsible for closing the government. So I get it. I get it. Troy.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Just called to try to get some help on a mandate law that they gave a 90-day extension for people hauling livestock.
So it used to be that farmers were exempted from CDLs. Is that right?
The farmers still are. It's people that do barrel racing for fun, or if you're selling a cow for...
Right, or horse shows.
Yeah.
So are you telling me, hold on, let me get this straight. If I'm taking my own horses to a horse show with a horse trailer, do I have to have a CDL?
That's what they're trying to say, and that's
really
a lot of people different. A lot of people have different
opinions.
And I've read a few places that everything.
Where can I find? Do you have a link or anything or a number for the CRS that I can research?
No, that's why I was calling to see if you know anything.
All right, we're gonna have to research it because you're blindsiding us. I did not know anything about it. Hey, Craig, Deputy Craig. Could you research the new Talk to Troy on 4? I want to see what he's talking about. He's saying that the requirements for a CDL are changing to where you're no longer exempted under certain circumstances, which he thinks would affect 4-H projects and people going to horse shows or dog shows. Anyone hauling animals may have to have a CDL as well as other people. I don't know. Look, could you think? Hey, Uber and Lyft drivers, they don't need CDLs, right? Why is that? And taxi drivers don't need them, right? Mark? Taxi drivers or Uber.
The taxis are covered by PUC.
PUC, definitely.
Well, I understand that, but they don't need a...
I don't think they need a CDL.
Then why do truck drivers?
Because the vehicles are a lot bigger, right?
Yeah, but even
it's a weight factor.
Is it more of a weight than the function?
Well, how about your bus back in the day? Did you have to have a CDL?
No.
Oh my God, that's as big as a semi.
That's what I'm getting at. You can get some old fart behind the wheel of a big bus.
I think it is. It's purely weight.
It's weight, to my knowledge. Weight and then axles.
Then
right?
why wouldn't
Because I bet a regular Volvo semi pulling something weighs way more than that bus did.
No.
You don't think so?
Well, okay.
They're saying the bus is the number of people you're transporting. If it's more than 16, you need a CDL.
No, but what about people that don't transport people? They just have, what I'm getting at...
Well, there's commercial and then there's passenger. So if you have a bus that carries more than 16, you need a CDL.
Okay, but then why do you need a CDL for a rig?
Weight.
But the bus...
Weight and axles.
But the bus weighs more is what I'm saying. So
Gotcha.
are you saying that if I privately had a truck, a flatbed, as heavy as a rig, and I'm using it for myself, I don't need a CDL. I mean, isn't that why? I don't know. I would like to talk to someone who knows about driver's license, because he brings up a good point. I think, CDL means commercial driving license. Now, when we are doing the RV thing or horse shows, that's not commercial, right?
I'd say for the most part, yeah.
Right. So if maybe it's the activity that controls when you need the CDL. I don't know.
But if you're transporting, 20 cattle, wouldn't you guess that would be a CDL?
I don't know. Now we have Jane from Minnesota wants to talk about a car dealership. Bruce, he wants to give us a follow-up. So Bruce, hang on. Charlie, he's still waiting for an answer on the news. And then Troy, we're researching the CDL requirements. Thank you all. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around.
Said 16 on a bus.
16 people.
What happens if there are 10 really heavies? but
No,
then
passenger
shouldn't it
places.
be weight and or people? I mean, because
Yeah, they is.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know.
I've got a sister that runs
I don't know shit.
a.
I don't know.
I got a
There's the
sister.
ones that are not
Any of the
controlled
okay,
and
there.
operated by a farmer.
I'm gonna
And
look
damn
up that
farmers,
place.
man.
Yeah.
They're making so many freaking breaks.
Well, look who's talking. You are a farmer.
So
let me ask this. I mean, that probably fed your family more
if
than
you're
you know,
towing
right?
horses, we didn't have a semi. 2 horses, you have to have a
No, but I
CDL.
mean,
I don't
there's
think you
subsidies on your corn.
Not
for
if
that
it's
now.
private.
What did you guys farm anyhow?
We farmed.
I mean, I'm
You were farmers.
farmers
You said
and
they were
ranchers.
changing the law.
No, farmers and ranchers all my life, and I don't remember
What
them
did
having
you
a
guys
CDL.
farm? Right.
Soybeans,
Was that the big one?
barley,
Oh, really? All kinds of stuff.
This should be pretty clear in there, isn't it?
You mean like?
Well, it says any vehicle, regardless of size, clear, transport 16 or more
no,
persons,
when
including
they come close together, you don't get as big.
So you have
But if that's like a church van that's not doing it for commercial.
Bird, there's 2 different kinds.
Well, that's what I was
Bird,
saying. My
red,
sister
one
runs
beef. And then
she's an
also
activities
oil,
director for a
oil,
nursing
oil,
home.
oil.
And runs a big van.
I didn't know that.
I know the van you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Because we get questions about
Well, that could
sunflowers
probably
all
fall in
the
the
time.
category of 16 or more
16
people.
or more.
Right.
Yep.
Well, then they had
But you would think
exemptions,
so,
farm
when Tom's big
equipment
motorhome,
operators,
you need a CDL, that thing's freaking you.
Well, yeah, but
firefighting
I don't think
equipment,
so.
military,
think
recreation
so.
See
vehicle
what I sent
operators.
to them?
Recreation vehicle are exempt.
They're exempt. Yeah, I didn't think so.
When using a vehicle primarily for personal use, do not need a
They
CDL.
are idiots. I am so out of it. They're going to relight a fire with that guy that they have no idea the rains of hell are coming down. They send them that invoice saying that vehicle is there for 1 day. They're insane. They're absolutely insane.
Why would they do that, though? To what end?
They have dug in because someone ended up getting fired at that dealership over this. The idiot that said you can't drive over
The problem
whatever.
is, whenever that car
yeah.
comes in, you have to generate an invoice. You can't look at it or move it without
But
an
that's not
invoice.
just.
Here's the invoice.
That's,
Look at
that's
this.
Colorado law.
That's state. I was going to say that's
Look at the invoice right here.
You can't do that.
This is mind
Well,
blowing.
you should. I guess you can do anything you want.
It's absolutely mind blowing to me.
Who is any kind of what?
We primarily for
Look at
the
this.
vehicle for personal use.
Here's what they're
You
sending.
don't need a CDL.
So, what's their date in and
regardless
date
of
out?
size.
Right here. Invoice date
Doesn't matter. Huh?
December 28th?
ready December 29th.
And farmers are
No, 29th. Mileage, the exact same, 22,692, 22,692. Payment cash, nothing. Then it gets even worse. If you read down there, it says, highway speed vehicle shakes violently, check and advise. So they're saying they had it there 1 day. Unless if I'm missing something on this invoice.
Yeah. Did they do anything to
They
it?
had it. He had it back to him numerous times too. They said on here.
This is a test drove it, right?
Here it said no, but the mileage shows nothing. Like they never test drove it.
It should have mileage in it.
You know, that's just an easy fix, though, that truck. What an easy fix.
No, the medbed is replaced. Stabilizer bars.
Oh.
Medbed is replaced like 5 different things.
Okay.
And now it's to the point where over 35 it's shaking like hell.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
well, think of how bad it was for a while. You drove that thing. Here's the funny part. On that truck that shake violently, you ready for this? The sunroof fucking came off because it got so loose now.
Wow.
That's pretty violent.
Lemon law. For $100,000 trouble.
Well, the problem is it's got to be somewhere for 30 days. It was there 3 weeks. It's been at MedVed for 10 days.
Well, actually, hold on.
And no one can fix it.
Actually, the law says you have to have a loss of use of 30 days or more cumulatively. It doesn't. That doesn't mean they can still do something. You know, they don't have to do that. They can do it sooner. There's no law against it.
They won't cooperate with Ford. Ford Motor Company saying send us the invoice where it was there for 3 weeks so we can get this buyback done. They have an invoice that's 1 day.
30 consecutive days down or 4 repair attempts.
It's hard for me to believe that no one can fix it.
Because it's been so violent for so long, that's why. Think of how many things are affected with that change.
Really
You drove it, right?
I guess they could look at it either way, but
Imagine if it's been like that for 100 times.
I want to make sure I have it right. If it said whatever it says is what it is.
Yeah.
And then here's what kills me. These guys always fix anything we send them. This thing got so bad at the dealership level. They dug in.
You said they've done repairs, so it has how many repair attempts? 4 or more?
I don't know because the invoice they do it has like nothing. I think they didn't align it.
If you have 4 or more, then you have something to work with there too.
Yeah, you have to get them the 4th time.
It's so weird though. How do you handle it like this? Any dealership. How do you handle it if it comes in, you do the stabilizer, and then a week later it comes in and you do something else associated with the shape?
2 repair attempts.
For the same issue.
The sunroof came out.
Yeah, he texted me yesterday. I sent it over to those guys. He goes, now my sunroof's gone. Or now my sunroof is broken and it won't close or whatever. I don't know if it's electric. I don't know how it works. But it's destroyed, apparently.
And of course, it's within the first year or warranty period, whichever is less.
Look at the email.
If you only have a 6-month warranty, then...
Look at the email I copied you on.
Oh, no, it's a cumulative total of 30 days. Yes, it is. Cumulative.
Not consecutive.
It literally says for a cumulative total of 30 days.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be consecutive.
Or more.
I've always thought it's
business days.
No, God, no.
Business days.
Within 6 months?
Within the first year or warranty period, whichever is less.
Look at what I copied you in, just so you know it's out there. But I finally had to step away. I'm done with them emailing me, and I'm done with the consumer emailing me.
On this one?
Yeah, I sent that to the 3 powers that be over there.
What year is that?
Seventeen.
So it's a new. He bought it new.
He bought it brand new. Never had any issues up until 19,000 miles.
You know, and here's the thing he told me.
Then it just started going crazy.
I think they got 6 or 8 trucks in their fleet. They're all Fords.
We kept getting a ton of calls on them, too. The same exact vehicle, F-250.
Wow.
19,000 miles. What can break down after 19,000 miles? Everybody says stabilizer like you, but if they replaced it, well, here's the problem. If it was shaking that bad for hundreds, if not thousands of miles, everything's loose.
Everything has somewhere after 19,000 miles, whether it's ball joints, tie rods, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but what Mark is saying is that after 19,000 miles, if it's shaking so bad, those parts are going to be more worn than normal.
That's correct.
The ball joints are probably, well, you were in that vehicle. Those ball joints must have be out of tolerance by now, right?
You would think so.
How about the struts, the shocks? They have to be leaking at this point.
No, maybe not.
Oh, my God.
Maybe you're making fun.
See if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This hour brought to you by The Art of Granite. We are a consumer advocacy show. We're always looking for people to save money. We're looking for people to get help. Since the first of the year, we are already approaching about $250,000 in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services already. Is amazing to me. So anyway, if you're looking for countertops, whether granite or any solid surface, you will never pay more than wholesale for the actual product. He doesn't mark it up. He lets you buy it from him or anywhere else, and he only charges for fabrication and installation. He'll do your bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. Also, he tears out and hauls away all the old stuff free. What I love most about Art of Granite is what? You can call him, give him your measurements and a photo, and he'll give you a price. Nobody gives prices on the phone. He will, because he knows they're competitive, they're great, and you will most likely bite. And when you do, you go to the showroom, pick out specifics, and the specifics you pick will get you the final price, which is usually right in line with what he told you?
It was
the first
exact.
time?
The 3 times we used Mitch, it was exact.
Yeah. Now, obviously, if you say you want one thing and then go and change it, it would change. But listen, he's a straight shooter. He is open 7 days a week, and then he serves Denver Metro and the mountain communities. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919, artofguynet.net. Okay, Bruce, what's going on in your life, Bruce?
Well, Tom, I called to say thank you very much. It was 1 year ago today. You were gracious enough to invite me in as a common man and see what goes on behind the scenes of your show. and Mark Major, 1 year ago today.
1 year ago today. Bruce, remind me now.
I missed it. What do you say? What do you say?
He was a common man a year ago. He wanted to thank us. What did you learn? What was most surprising about it, or was it just as you expected?
I was just pleased to be there. I kind of was a former DJ years back. It was so nice just to get in there and do it and watch how you guys really care. And I'm glad Mark is not my enemy.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, he's good. He's tenacious. Yes, Suzanne.
So I talked to the driver's license folks about that CDL.
Okay, let's get to that. One second. I just want to say goodbye to Bruce. Thanks, you so much. We appreciate it. Yeah, I want to know all about the CDL because Troy says the law is changing, and CDLs basically. Kevin, what did you say though? Basically,
well, with the recreational vehicles are all exempt.
Yeah, recreation is exempt, no matter how many people and no matter how heavy, right?
So it's not commercial use.
But here we're not talking about recreation. Here we're talking about livestock. Is that right, Suzanne?
That's right.
What is it?
So here is what he said. He said he was not aware of any law that would change the 150. If you're transporting for personal livestock within a 150-mile radius of your farm or ranch, then you're exempt from the CDL.
Okay.
There are the changes. You are having a license, whatever.
Right.
But if it's for commercial, then you do have to have a CDL. He said there might be some law changes, but Tom, that was a half-hour wait to find out, so I'm going to have to do a follow-up.
No, that's fine. So Troy, the CDL, the Motor Vehicle Department, when we called, said they're not aware of any major changes.
That's what people saying, but they've already been. If they say
who's they?
This is what I've been reading on. People's been posting stuff that
on
they've been finding on the internet, Facebook, and all that.
Well, unless they have a CRS number or an act name, it's an act before it becomes. No, it's a bill. Is it?
Facebook has a bunch of fake news anyway.
So what we really have to do, Troy, is find out the bill number and find and research it. If you can find that or point us to something, we can. But we can't just go hunting on some Facebook rumor. Jane in Minnesota. Jane, now I know you're having problems. We talked to you. I forget how we left it with Jane.
Well, here was the thing, Tom. We were going to go back to her. She wasn't there. She hung up, and so I threw her paperwork away.
Oh, no.
We might have to get it back.
But we did look at her paperwork, and I remember what they said. In fact, we had our guys on Car Day look at it and said what part of that is normal maintenance and what part of it would be a defect covered by warranty.
And it was almost all wear and tear, normal maintenance.
So, Jane, what they said was, had you had that car checked out properly, all of this stuff would have been found, but it's not a warranty issue. Jane said she bought an extended warranty, and when she takes the car back, because she's having troubles, they're saying, look, Jane, this is all normal maintenance and wear and tear. We're not covering this. And so I hate to tell you something like that, Jane, but that's what our guy said. You know the list you sent us?
Yeah.
So, how much does all that cost to fix up there?
It's close to $2,000.
And
let's not forget, I mean, some of these, they were just maintenance items. It's not like she needs everything.
No. So, Jane, you were expecting, you are aware, though, that the warranties do not cover normal maintenance, right?
Yep.
So what part of it did you feel was not normal?
They went over the checklist of everything on the car that they had looked at and fixed, and that was okay. And everything was fine with the car.
No. When you bought it and they say they have a checklist, I don't know how to put this. That doesn't guarantee anything. That's not a warranty. That's not saying that it's perfect or it's good. They're just saying they went over it and they didn't find any major problems. Now, you're saying they misled you by that? Did you, let's just put it this way. Is it as is? Does your paperwork say as is?
Yep.
Well, okay. So what part do you feel they should cover? All of it? All of it?
I know I had talked about this before.
Yeah, I need to know. I mean, yeah, you had a long, long list. And our guy said, Tom, it's normal maintenance. The warranty doesn't cover it. That's the cost of owning a car. Unfortunately, Jane didn't do all this stuff. It was wear and tear before she owned it. But that doesn't negate the idea that warranty doesn't cover it. It happened before you owned it. You didn't cause any of those problems. I get you, Jane. I understand. And had you gotten that car checked out, you would have said to the dealer, I'm not buying it. It has all these problems. Because they would have found a good number of them. And then you could have made up your mind if you were going to make the dealer fix them or not.
And let's not forget this shop could be overzealous as well.
That's true, too. Maybe you don't have all of those problems exactly like the shop said. Did you take it into an independent shop and say, here's what's wrong, or did the dealership make that list?
I am going to be bringing it somewhere else, this place.
No, who gave you that initial list of all the things wrong?
Bobby and Steve Otto, and they are...
But it's not where you bought it?
No.
Okay. Where did you buy it?
I bought it at Apple Auto.
Okay, that was the dealer. And the warranty, did you talk to the warranty folks personally?
No, just the person who sold the car.
So you never asked them to cover it?
No, I was waiting to get some help to see if it...
Did they ever look at your car?
No, not
so
where
you never actually... never mind. The warranty is covered by anyone, not just the dealer, right?
Right. They said they looked at it and everything was fine.
Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do. Okay. I'd like you to call your dealer and tell them you're talking to counsel. You don't say attorney, don't say a radio show, don't say a friend, say counsel. And you simply have one question for them. Okay?
Okay.
This checklist that you got at the purchase, do they feel any obligation to fix any of the things on that checklist since they checked it off as passing inspection? That's all I want you to ask them. And I want you to ask the general manager at the dealership.
Okay.
That's all I want you to do. And then I want you to get back to me with what they say. Jane, how long ago was the purchase?
It was a couple months ago.
Okay. So, you ask them. Do you have that checklist still, Jane?
It's in the packet, yeah.
Okay. Take the checklist specifically and say, sir, I understand that these are not covered under warranty. Don't you feel an obligation to at least fix some of them since your own checklist says they were fine? I want to know the answer to that, okay? That's specifically the answer I want to know. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have a lot more to talk about on the Troubleshooter Show, and I urge you to give us a call if you have any problems, questions, or complaints. And last time I told you about Art of Granite, saving money, giving prices over the phone. You want to really save money, up to 40% on floor coverings over the big boxes. Did you hear what I just said? Over the big, giant warehouse stores and the exchange stores. You know what I'm talking about. I am telling you, and the mill stores, Simply Floors. And if you're getting floor coverings, it's very simple to find out. Make an appointment and see. You can go to simplyfloorsinc.com and make an appointment. It's that simple. You make an appointment when it's convenient for you. They'll send out someone, and you will quickly know if you can beat the prices of the big box. In fact, I'm almost positive they'll beat them every time, no matter what kind of floor covering you're getting. They have all of the floor covering. They also have designer services available for all of your purchases to help coordinate your home, not just the floors, your home. If you want to go see their showroom, it's at 52nd and Ward. simplyfloorsinc.com.
Our life-proof carpet we got from Buddy Mitchell.
You love it?
Listen to this. Last night, I'm not kidding, I was out of my skull. My daughter spills a blue slushy all over.
Oh, no.
We had the
mad.
Oh, my God.
What happened?
I don't know what she did. She spilled a blue slushy.
Did you get it up?
I'm telling you, this life-proof carpet this guy sells
Because
is amazing.
it doesn't go through the back.
It came right up, never to be seen again.
Oh.
So she's still alive.
That is incredible. We have more coming up.
It doesn't go through that at all. So it literally stays on the surface.
The only thing I clean with...
But doesn't it stain the threads?
No, not at all. The entire... All I use is my, what do you call it, Rug Doctor cleaning machine. But all I use is hot water. I never put soap in it. So anything we have, it took out every bit of blue. I couldn't believe it. When I looked at it, we just had our carpets cleaned 2 weeks ago. It had to be this big. I mean,
it had to be blue.
It was fucking blue. Blue. My daughter was terrified to tell me. I mean, terrified. She's like, Dad,
I just wanted to tell
where's the carpet cleaner? I said, what do you mean, where's the carpet cleaner?
It's a good thing you didn't move a chair over it. Just cover it, though.
I spilled something. I said, well, what'd you spill? Crumbs. A slushy? A slushy? What color is it? Blue. It looks good. And our carpet's almost white. I mean, it's that off-white beige, but it's like white. Wow. Hey, look at this, guys. This article is unbelievable. So this company, it's called Soul Code. They created a paint. You can put it on your house, you can put it on your building, you can put it on your car. When the sun hits it on your car, the hotter it is, the paint releases, here's what they say, the sun's radiation triggers a reaction in the material. This reaction converts the heat accumulated in the object it's applied to in radiation. The radiation is then emitted into a process called anti-stroke fluorescence.
What are we talking
and
about?
it cools off. So the hotter it gets, the paint cools the room. It'll drop the fucking temperature by 15 degrees. The paint. So you paint your house, and literally, the hotter it is. So if you live in Arizona, no, it's a brand new thing. They just got this huge patent on it. This shit is revolutionary. Can you think about the savings
buildings,
on
cars,
these big
like
buildings?
a metal building or something. Maybe we should go with that paint on the shop.
And the paint, I was reading about, the paint lasts 10 years, then you got to put another coat on it.
Was it a clear paint or is it not?
No, I think it's all different. They can do colors, do whatever you want.
How'd you come across it?
It was, I read it on CNBC. I'm always looking for new and upcoming companies for stocks. And I read this article and I'm like, can you imagine that? A paint that literally you might be able to, in a lot of states, you could get rid of air conditioning. I mean, you're not going to get rid of it in Phoenix.
Sure.
But if you can drop it by 50, that's 30%. If you can drop it by 30%, and the hotter it gets, the cooler, so maybe Phoenix it does work for it.
Pretty amazing. So it reflects the heat.
Well, no.
It like absorbs and
It
radiates.
converts.
Yeah.
It converts it.
Right.
It's so weird. It's called anti-Stokes fluorescent, providing a cooling effect. So basically, the material functions as if it were a thin layer of ice that gets thicker and cooler as the sun gets stronger.
I'm stoked.
Isn't that insane? Think about it. You could have a black car now in Phoenix that you can get into that's going to be cooler than it is outside, even if it sat out all day.
Sure. Does it say cost?
No. It's going to be like anything, though. You know, the patent's done. The company's been around. They do other shit, but I mean, this is incredible. It's incredible technology.
Sounds like it.
They call it nano filter paint layer, the active cooling paint layer. No maintenance, zero implementation. Look at the market size they're talking about. The military out in the desert, tanks.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Outdoor equipment, a tent.
Well, they seem that just in L.A., by painting the streets like a white with a gray, can decrease the temperature by 15 degrees.
In the city?
In that area.
I believe that's true, though.
Because of how
that
high
makes sense, right.
In Arizona, anytime you go out there in the summer, literally you can crack an egg and cook it. I mean,
But I mean, that's all they have to start
I don't know
doing.
how you live down there in the summer.
I have no idea how anybody would.
Well, I don't know how well, or they do, but Stephanie's family literally moves out. They would move out.
Well, they hibernate in the summer, we hibernate in the winter. It
Right.
just-
And then the people that do stay there, they literally stay. It's like a big giant blizzard. They stay indoors.
Yeah, yeah.
And they go from indoor to a car, to a mall, to a store, to a restaurant. That's it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's like us in
the winter. Yep.
I'm Tom Martino,
your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Anyway, let's talk. What's on your mind? Megan says she has some CDL clarification. What's going on, Megan?
Okay, so there's a lot to this, and I'll try to keep it brief. But this is all coming down from a federal mandate about normalizing commercial trucking operations.
And what is the mandate?
That commercial shipping includes any livestock hauling for a commercial purpose. So that includes if you're taking your horses to a horse show.
What's the commercial purpose, I wonder? Because a lot of times you're selling the stock.
Selling it, like if you've got a cow and it's going to an auction, it's considered commercial. If your horses are entered in classes.
So is this under the federal?
money,
Is this under the transportation department?
Yes. Now, I called CDOT to get clarification on it a while ago.
Yes.
They told me it was a 100-mile radius, not 150. So, but if you're getting paid to ship someone else's horses or livestock, it's commercial. But it's part of this bigger thing about logging devices where commercial truckers now have to have a logging device which restricts the number of hours. It records it automatically and uploads it to the people that care about it. I don't know who that is at the moment. But it does mean if you have commercial purposes, if you're going to win prize money, if your cow's going to be sold for money.
I can see what you're saying, but when does this is a mandate? But did it actually come down as a requirement right now, or are they just thinking about it?
No, livestock haulers currently, I believe, have a moratorium on it until middle of March.
And then what?
But then they're going to decide if livestock haulers need to abide by these restrictions or not.
So what if I am taking my own horse to a horse show? Would that be considered a commercial purpose?
If your horse is entered in a class where it could win money.
If you're competing.
Wow. So, man, that's a hardship all over the country. What about dog shows? Is it just livestock, not domestic? I mean, what do they classify dogs and cats anyway? I mean, it wouldn't apply to dog shows, right?
No. So it's livestock.
Do you know why did it happen?
I wonder why they had this subsidy to begin with.
No, why?
Probably just, I think livestock got lumped in with commercial haulers in a way it didn't intend to. Like, it's not good for the animals to be shipped in the manner they're requiring. Because in a 14-hour window, a driver can only drive 10 hours, and then they have to pull over. So that means animals are sitting on the side of the road in trucks.
Okay.
Until the driver can start again.
Okay, so up till now, what was exempted? Or still, what still is exempted? I mean, in other words, people going to horse shows, people hauling someone's horse for money, that was all exempted, right?
I believe you only needed a CDL if your rig weighed over a certain amount. I think it's 26,001 pounds or more.
Okay.
Required a CDL.
All right, so Megan, thank you. You're in the horse biz, so thank you for that. And now, if it becomes law, this is weird because states issue driver's licenses. So what happens? I mean, can states opt out of it, or I guess they can't because federal law supersedes state law. They would have to make it part of their requirement then.
I think so, and I think that the people that are going to be the biggest impacted are the ones that travel to competitions
of
or
course
all across the country.
And how about 4-H'ers?
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I hope something is done about that. I appreciate that. 303-713-TALK.
Don't you, in some ways, though, if someone's hauling around 18, a herd of cattle, don't you want them to have, like, a commercial training or something? I mean, isn't there another side to this?
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about they could make some reasonable things like you know, like number of animals maybe?
Yeah, okay.
Like because horse shows, they never take a lot. I'm thinking mainly about horse shows. I really can't think of many others that are affected in a negative way. I mean, I think you're right. Or 4-H, you know, that kind. I think they should have the number of animals.
Common sense.
Mark, what, you invented something?
Yeah. And it works really, 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 really well.
What is it?
I'll tell you what I'll even do to prove it to you. I'll bring you some down tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. But
Yeah, be here right at 10.
Just bring it today. You have until 1 o'clock.
I might be able to pull that off.
Now tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
So it's a cream. It's a pain reliever.
But so many people have made creams. Oh my God.
I know, but they don't work.
What works about this?
So this is what happened, Tom. I broke my neck twice last year, okay? And my business partner had hurt, her knee had been...
I have a quick question, though, Mark.
That's bad luck.
There's something that I need to ask right off the bat. Not that I care one way or the other, but does it contain...
Cannabinoids.
You know, a pot?
No, I have two versions. One of them is only Lactuca virosa, which is a common garden weed. The other one has a hemp extract, and the only difference between the two is the one with the hemp extract works faster, but they both work. And
the hemp extract one, does it have any THC?
Nope, so I can't sell it in pot shops.
Why?
It's the law. A pot shop can only sell things that contain THC. Period. End of story.
But
I didn't know that either.
Will regular stores sell stuff without THC?
You know, it's up in the air.
I think it's stigmatized. Is what I'm saying is, what's weird is, just saying cannabinoids with no THC lumps you into the cannabinoid market.
It does.
And therefore, everyone thinks, and radio stations won't let you advertise it.
Yeah, and I have to explain to people over and over again, there's zero THC in this. And even the one that doesn't have any... and so I focused on the one that doesn't have any cannabinoids. So what we did, I made an extract of this common garden weed, put it on my partner's knee, who'd been in pain for months and months. 5 seconds later, her knee was completely numb and she had no pain.
Okay.
I want you to bring it down today. Get off the phone and get down here.
Here's what we'll do.
I have some pains from working out yesterday.
We'll punch Mark very hard in both shoulders.
No, listen. It doesn't take long to find pain on this 64-year-old body. You bring it down, we're going to work on it.
Is it FDA approved?
No, it's grass.
I'll have Deputy Dan rub it in you.
He doesn't have to have it approved because it's called grass. No, it is. That's generally recognized as safe. If you combine ingredients that are generally recognized as safe, then it falls under the grass recommendation. However, if he wants to claim it's fit for a particular purpose without an FDA claim, he can't do that without clinical studies. When people have grass products, but they have not clinically tested them, they give them names like sleep tea. They don't say it makes you sleep. Or how about this? Move on out intestine pills. You know, I mean, they don't say on the label guaranteed to, you know, so it's really tricky. Isn't that what we're talking about, Mark? So how will you market it? That's what you called about, right?
Yeah, I'm just, you know, I don't have
I have some ideas, so hold on. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. Speaking of pain, stem cell therapy does work. Living stem cells. Now, most chiropractors and all these offices springing up, use amniotic fluid because it's fast and cheap and it can be shipped, but they're not living stem cells. That doesn't mean they're useless. It doesn't mean they're useless. It just means that they're not living stem cells. If you want true living stem cells for the same price or less, you got to go to a doctor who harvests stem cells in the office and then delivers them to you. Insist on MD. Centeno Schultz has been doing it from the beginning, the first clinic ever. And they also use guided injections only. They use imagery, and they have all MDs and extraordinary results. A data bank of 14,000 patients they've treated for knees, hips, back, shoulders, hands. They can cure or fix most ACL tears. With painful joints, you call them. Avoid surgery if you can. Centeno Schultz, 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201.
Hi. He's coming down.
to pay your bills? 630 KHOW has just shot at $1,000. Huge. Just listen to win $1,000 weekdays, 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Listen for the hourly keyword at 5 after the hour, okay? It's great for the economy. I need my own ION channel.
Thinking about retirement? Well, think about this. According to the Social Security Administration, the average monthly government benefit for a retired worker is $1,369. Can you live your retirement dream on less than $1,300 a month? Well, most of us can't. That's why so many people trust financial engines to help them plan for a retirement that they can look forward to. Our one-on-one approach means that we'll talk with you, not at you. If you already have a retirement plan, we can help make sure it's the right one for your situation. And if you don't, well, we'll work together to start one, and we'll be there to help keep it on track. Don't rely on just Social Security for your financial future. Get a personalized retirement plan working for you today. Go to financialengines.com and schedule an appointment with your local financial engines.
I'm going to keep looking into that.
Financialengines.com.
So I'm not reading it.
And Medishare might have an idea.
Yeah, well, they gave me the name of a few different ones. John did. And then,
oh, good.
Marketing stuff. David Salisbury, I got that Google Map thing fixed for him through Sean.
That are incredible, in stock and ready for immediate pickup.
Yeah, more about that muscle.
Shaker cabinet. A brand new bright white shaker cabinet called Snowhaven. These cabinets are all wood boxes with hardwood.
So how do you think this guy made the cream? He started mixing stuff up. That's not like
How do you do that, huh?
I mean, when you got plants,
you have to have some background, right? Some degree or something to do that.
Well, you just grab it and start grinding it up and then put it in some type of a base cream. I don't know what the base cream is.
But how would you do that? How would you know how much of what product to do that with?
Right.
Right?
Okay, he just must be doing that, or already read something on the internet. That's very,
that could be
this type of weed or whatever stuff seems to do it. But
and
what base do you mix it with? Coconut oil? Do you mix it with? What you got to have some type of a base. How do you know what's a good creamy? But like I said, I don't have any pains. Have you got any pains?
You know what? I don't.
Because you live a good
Nothing
life.
Nothing I can tell you. Yeah, is that what it is? That's called luck.
Switching to Square Trade is easy.
They talk to so many people like that. Hip reflex.
Wait, switch to that.
That's luck.
That's how I feel too. Good genes too. Let me tell you, genes is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That's why it's important to me to remind veterans that it's time to take advantage of the VA's benefits.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So who's got the most pain that we can try this cream on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes
That's
to
a We're going to hit Mark in the shoulder.
your VA benefits, there's no down payment and no mortgage interest required, and you'll receive some of the lowest rates in the industry. If you're already in a mortgage, it's no problem. You can refinance any existing mortgage into a VA loan while receiving access to 100% of your home's value. That's greater than any other loan program can offer, and even though it's called a VA loan, it's available to active duty military and spouses as well. You don't have to wait to take advantage of such incredible savings.
I love it.
It's really good.
Your financial goals and
We had, what was the sandwich yesterday? That
Creepy Towns.
Right? Yeah, seriously, they are freaky fast.
Oh, it's creepy how fast.
Yeah, I've heard people tell me so, because, being from Long Island, Tom too, that pizza from Chicago is better than Long Island. I've never had pizza from Chicago.
Well,
Have you been?
it's you gotta like bread if you like Chicago.
Oh, Sicilian.
A lot of crust.
So it's Sicilian. It's
Basically
real thick.
Sicilian, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't like Sicilian.
No, I like the
Thick
I grew
crust.
up on that.
Yeah, same here.
They make their money in bread.
I like the thinner the crust is better. Even though I don't eat the crust, when I do, I like it thin.
Yeah.
I do too.
And I like it soft. I hate thick, then the bread overcomes the taste.
Oh, yeah.
Joints and reduce fine lines and wrinkles with the ultimate HA capsules from Purity Products. Get your free bottle today. Just pay for it. Call right now. Dial
We're in the break because I hate talking.
That's
I hate it.
No, I was thinking, this one guy that you helped him out with the dealer.
One last
that you call the dealer up. Why can't companies, without getting a call from Tom or Mark or Troubleshooter, just take care of their customers? They have to be pushed into doing it. I don't just.
You know how much easier that is just to do it?
You know what? You get more referrals from that. Okay. They didn't argue with the customer, you just took care of them. You know?
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Is very important because if you have high levels, it could cause injury. Now, the Colorado Department of Health says that more than half the homes have higher, about half the homes have higher than recommended levels of radon. You know, the whole radon thing is controversial. A lot of people have taken advantage of this industry by scaring people. Absolute radon safety will never, ever scare you or take advantage of you. They do economic, just downright cheap radon testing. They put trays out, they gather them after a few days, and send you results. It's that simple. If you have higher than recommended levels, and you want to sell your home, or you're buying a home, or you just want it for health. Most people do it when they're buying or selling. You should do it just for your health. Check. You know, you can get systems to mitigate for under $1,000. So it's not, people think, oh my God, I'm going to spend $6,000, $7,000. No way. Call Absolute Radon Safety. They'll answer all your questions. 303-880-0682. It's really important. Talk to them about it. Absolute Radon Safety, 303-880-0682, and they're on my referral list at referrallist.com. So, we have someone who says they were ripped off by a tranny shop. So, Linda, what's going on? I'll give Mark time to clear his mouth of pizza. Yes, Linda, what's going on?
I just had a horrible situation happen. It was just escalated. My car transmission light came on. It's a 2013 Honda Pilot. About 68,000 miles on it. And I looked at the manual, and it said, oh, it could be potentially your gas cap wasn't put on right, blah, blah,
Your
blah.
engine light was on, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then the manual said, if your drive light starts flashing, you need to stop and get your car towed. And then...
Really? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And I don't know enough about cars, and I actually...
Anyway, what happened?
So I took it to an AMCO that was close by, because Honda wanted me to have it towed there. So I thought, oh, I'll just drive it somewhere else. And I said to the gentleman, you know, can you just tell me, like, code-wise? Someone had told me they can draw codes. So he's like, yeah. A couple hours later, he calls me and says a bunch of bad codes came in.
This is AMCO, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the problem. They said a bunch of bad codes, and they did work or not?
Well, they texted me and said that a transmission, you have to look at the whole thing and take it apart. So for $589,
right. They usually, a lot of shops do it different ways. People with a lot of experience, here's what they do. They say, here's what's wrong, and here's what it's going to take to fix it. And then they take it apart. And if they find out they misdiagnosed it, a lot of shops will say this, look, it's going to be some additional money, or they'll put it back together free of charge. However, they don't have to do that. Many shops can charge a diagnostic fee. That is, take it apart, look at it, and and it includes putting it back together with new seals and gaskets if you decide not to have the work done. And you can do it either way. I like the shops that put their money where their mouth is, and they say, here's what we feel is wrong with it, and they guarantee it, meaning if they open it and it's not that, and it's way more, they don't hold you to it. They will put it back together for you if you don't want to do it. Now, I said all of this without even asking Mark Machowski at Budget A1 Transmission Auto here. Really, I've never really asked him about this. How do you do it, Mark?
You know, we do charge for an internal inspection because it takes a lot of time to do that. Right. It really does.
So
it really does. But here's the thing.
You have to literally for internal.
Right, but here's the thing.
Just first, what do you do for an internal inspection? What do you do?
Well, we remove the transmission. We completely dismantle it.
Wow.
And here's what we do that I don't think many shops do, and I've been doing this for 30 years. We invite all the customers down to the shop so they can get an explanation of what's wrong with it, and they can see exactly what parts are bad.
And if they don't want it done, what do you do?
We just put it back together and put it back in the car.
How much is the diagnostic fee to do all that?
Normally, depending upon the vehicle, that can run between $600 to $800.
Oh, my God. So, hold on.
And of course, that labor charge is applied towards the repair.
So,
but, Linda, let me ask you a question.
If you want to have it repaired, you didn't spend that money in vain.
Exactly. It's applied towards the repair, because it's part of the repair.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Linda, you said a light came on your dash. Was it an engine check light or a drive light?
It was a engine check, and then I went to the gym, and I got in the car again, and then the drive, the green drive light started flashing.
Okay, so what did they find?
So they found 2 codes when I had to force them to give me the code.
I don't care about that part. I want to know about the diagnostic fee, $5.99, right? Or
well, yeah, I said no when they texted me. I said no, and then they called me and said, "We took your car for a drive. It's not shifting right. It's lurching." I'm like, "It wasn't. I mean, the light just came on today."
Yeah, but it can happen that fast. It's not their fault.
So yeah, so then they told me that it would be $5.89 to take my transmission apart, but it would apply, towards...
Sure.
And they said, oh, I think we caught it early, but then the lies started. And there was...
What lies?
Well, so the 2 codes that came up were about transmission fluid, and something else came up about a sensor. I can't say the word, solenoid.
Let us know what those... We need to know what those codes are. Yeah, that's important.
But I keep going, though. Let's get the story out. I want to just get the story out. I don't want to get bogged down in details. Right now, the lies. What lies did they tell you?
So when I asked, well, what could be wrong? It didn't seem like anything was wrong with my
transmission. What lies did they tell you?
So he told me, your sprag came apart and destroyed your clutches and your torque converter. Your transmission is now destroyed.
Okay. And so what do you think is a lie? What do you think is a lie?
Well, then I brought a second opinion. I brought another mechanic in.
Yeah.
And they had my whole transmission laid out.
Okay.
And he said, Linda, there's nothing wrong with your transmission. And I said, can I please just speak with the
Wait a minute.
The mechanic?
This other mechanic said they saw this transmission and said there's nothing wrong with it. Wow.
Well, they saw it laid out on the floor.
But hold on. Hold on. Mark, if you came in and saw Linda's transmission laid out, could you tell if there was something wrong with it?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Especially if they said specific parts were broken. So when this other mechanic said there's nothing wrong with it, what did you do?
So I said to the manager, Josh, I said, can I please just speak to the mechanic that took this apart and said that the sprag did all this damage? And there's a man standing there in suspenders, and he turned around.
Listen, he had suspenders. What color hair did he have, and what kind of shoes did he have?
Was he heavy set?
Linda, the point I'm getting to is, honest to God, please, Linda, hold on. Linda, honest to God, I want to help you. I don't need you to set the scene and to tell the story. Then I said, then he said, then I said, then this guy over on the side brought in some food. What I want, Linda, honest to God, is get to the point, because I want to help you. So I need to know, okay, when this mechanic, here you have a mechanic who says, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. How did they refute it?
I asked if I could take my transmission in my car.
Sure.
I'd hired a tow truck through AAA.
Sure.
I was there waiting.
I wouldn't blame you.
They wouldn't give me my car.
Why? Well, they want you to pay something, and that's fair.
No. I said I would pay the $5.89.
You shouldn't even have to pay the full $5.89 because they didn't have to reassemble it.
No, they refused. I asked them to rebuild it.
Wait a minute.
And they said, no, you can come get your car, but it's like putting back together broken
Wait a minute. Hold on.
No.
They would not let you take your car, you just said.
Right, so I called the police.
But wait. But then he said you can come and get it.
They said, the owner of the shop said to me, it's 4 o'clock. We close at 5, which is not true. It's posted. They close at 5:30.
Okay.
It takes way too much time. So my mechanic said, Richard said, all you have to do is put 4 bolts into that, whatever the side thing of the tire, and put the tire back on. Let her take her car.
Right.
And they said, no, it takes hours. You can come back tomorrow.
Okay.
So then they slashed my tires.
What?
And so the next day
Wait a minute. They slashed your tires. How do you know that?
Well, so the tow truck driver, Sean, was the same AAA guy.
Yeah.
He has to do an inspection. So he was waiting to see if they would release my car. So he doesn't.
Linda, can I ask you a couple questions that I hope to God I get a yes or no answer? Did you get your car?
I did.
Okay. And did you take it somewhere else?
Yes, it's
okay.
at Honda now.
Did the other person find anything wrong with the transmission?
Well, that's the issue. So they took apart my other parts of my car, and they just threw it in boxes and old tin cans. My starter, everything is just thrown all over the back of my car.
Oh my God! So
no, it's
they took no care. They took no care at all. It sounds like they were just bitter and crabby and mad. They were angry that a woman took the time to protect herself. I'll tell you that. So is it possible? First of all, are there any missing parts?
We don't know, and no one will rebuild it. Honda won't. Nobody. No one will. They just my entire.
Why won't they rebuild
Honda,
it?
Because there's bullets and different things thrown all over in.
But Linda, now here's what we have.
Mark will rebuild it.
Hold on, though. Hold on. We have a problem because here Linda is saying there's two things: reassembling it or rebuilding it. Linda is claiming there was nothing wrong with it. If there was nothing at all wrong with it, why'd you bring it in?
Well, I didn't know.
Well, why did you bring it in? You had a light.
Right.
So there was something wrong with it. So how can this guy, okay, Mark, if the transmission's laying out, I know you can get an idea, but can you truly say there's nothing wrong with it? Why did she get a light?
Well, if you disassemble the transmission and you misdiagnosed the problem, you take the transmission apart, there will be nothing wrong with it. See what I'm saying? So if the transmission...
Wait a minute. Say that again.
So if you misdiagnose what the check lights or the trouble codes were, you misdiagnosed it, meaning that it could have been something external to the transmission, or it could have been something else other than the transmission causing these problems.
He actually said a Sprag clutch.
Well, that's going to be real obvious. That's a one-way roller clutch. But, knowing, what Linda said is now no one wants to fix that transmission because it's already been disassembled. It's in all nuts and bolts. Well, we can fix it.
Okay, but here's the deal, though. Is she out extra money on a transmission that had zero wrong with it? I don't know. That's the problem. How do we know what to go after AMCO for? That's really what I need to know.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
It's Friday. We're approaching the lunch hour. That means downtown.
What the trouble codes are, and then see the transmission. There's nothing wrong with it.
He's talking about a Sprag. I mean, a Sprag is
a one-way roller clutch. If a Sprag goes bad,
it's a piece. You got shrapnel everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you got clean parts laying out on a bench with no debris, you're like...
And Sprags don't ruin clutches. You can get metal from the Sprag in the clutches, but...
Can Sprag ruin the transmission?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll hurt it, for sure.
The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be sunny and mild today with a high near 68. Right now, partly cloudy and 59. With your traffic and weather, I'm Keith Wagner. 6:30 K-How.
Yeah, Tom was right, though. That shop got pissed off. They didn't get the job.
Used by over 3 million businesses in Ireland. Business owners and HR.
You know how much my windshield was, guys? I have $50 payment, so I only paid $50. $2,300. Wow.
Suzanne was telling us earlier.
$1,900 plus tax for the windshield, and then $250 for the calibration.
Right, so it's one of those special windshields that...
13 sensors, apparently.
Now, can you drive it before it's calibrated, or do you have to tow it?
No, in fact, it's weird. I was told by the auto glass people that usually you don't need to calibrate it, but Progressive sent me, as soon as I turned the claim in, they sent me an email saying because of, they must do it by VIN, you have to go down and get it calibrated. And that was my insurance company. So I found that bizarre.
Yeah, that's what I wondered.
At the dealership.
What is it?
What are they calibrating?
You're calibrating the self-steering is the only reason. They said if I had lane...
Hey, that guy's here. Do you think it'll be wrong for me to ask her to apply the green?
No, I think it'll be funny. And depending on where you want it to be applied, it's very funny.
My lower back and butt.
That's pretty good.
If he starts swearing at speed,
my upper thighs.
Wouldn't that be funny? He's all high. Hey, man, this pizza's really good.
I once had a conversation about how potheads It ruins your, it turns you into a larger player. And
not all of them.
And I said, same young girl, 893-5559. Who's a hothead, whether you're high or not. You come into the studio, I'll beat you at any game there is, as far as reflexes.
Yeah. Oh, that's smart. What happened?
Oh, it was so much fun. I beat the shit out of him. I mean, he was hey, dude, you cheated. Yeah, right. Remember the hot hands? I would smack, bam, 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 and then he goes for me like this. I'm like,
remember that show back in the day, WKRP?
Yeah. Cincinnati.
They
were drinking.
Johnny was getting faster the drunker he got.
They had state patrol in, and he'd take a shot of whiskey and a beer like every half hour, 15 minutes, and then he would hit this thing, and Johnny would have to go and hit it. He kept getting faster and faster.
Oh, God, I love that show.
That's awesome. That was a great show.
Well, let's put it this way, though. Based on what he said, the crane made this lady's knees go numb.
It's the cannibal.
They felt better. So, even if you got no pain.
I'm sending
the two guys here.
Good point.
You rub down Mark?
Shit, no.
What? You do sponge baths. Let's get your loofah.
Where really does it hurt the most? Where would you feel it the most?
My lower back on my shoulder.
Thank God it was lower back and shoulder.
Did you bring your massage table and music?
My butt talks.
Call Quicken Loans today at 800-QUICKEN or go to RocketMortgage.com.
I had a football player come in this week, played for the San Diego Chargers for 1 year on injury reserve. I have never seen a man this big in my life, other than that one guy that was down here, the world's strongest man that was down here.
But that smell was so bad.
Oh, I can't think.
He's 6'8", 400.
In the studio?
Oh, that guy. Some guy. So this guy was like 6'7", and he was like 340.
They refused to massage him.
No, that wasn't. Oh no, yeah, no, we had that call.
Backbone.
We had that call.
But then the guy can't. You invited him in. The weights. I wasn't here.
I don't know if he ever came in. I remember the call. I don't remember him showing up.
In the NFL for my legs, So you know what he.
All right, what do I got here? So I got 1 pizza, 2 pizzas.
1,500 or something.
23.
Yeah.
100 pounds. I'm like, come on.
Wow. You should ask her which Amco this is. I wonder if it's Colfax and Chambers.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tom.
.com. If you're looking for someone to list your home, Frank Duran, the Denver metro area, will do a great job. Frank is probably one of the nicest people I know. And not only the nicest, one of the most efficient business persons. This guy knows how to get the job done, and he has stats to prove it. He'll sell your house faster and for more money. And if you're looking for a home, he has access to things that people, I don't know if they're asleep or what. He finds out things before they come on the market. He goes to things after they dropped off the market and makes special deals. 303-920-1622. You'll never do better. 303-920-1622. Okay. Linda's story is horrific. Now, if the Sprag clutch did shatter, it would ruin the transmission. It could. Linda, you said that AMCO basically said your transmission Sprag clutch shattered, and you needed a new transmission or rebuilt. You had another mechanic go there who said there's nothing wrong with it, and he did not find the Sprag clutch. Did he specifically look for the Sprag clutch?
He just looked at everything. It was all laid out.
But you told him about the Sprag clutch, right? So you think he would go right to it. Did he say, here's the Sprag clutch, there's nothing wrong with it?
Yeah, he said, Linda, it looks like it's in perfect condition to me. And then later, and I have on voice text, the manager said, no, it's internal. The shattering is internal.
But you said he had the transmission apart.
Yeah.
Was the case
on a big table?
Was the case of the transmission cracked open?
Crap.
Yeah, was it in 2 halves?
Well, she says it was all disassembled. So Linda,
was completely laid out.
Then the internal you'd see the Sprag clutch.
Right. No, and he looked at it and said, "I don't see anything wrong."
Okay. So.
But, the bottom line for me is, it was one of those things, and then I started reading all the testimonials of other people that got ripped off.
By AMCO. Which AMCO is this?
It's on Alameda. 187 Alameda.
187 Alameda.
But the basic thing, Tom, is they come back and then they say, we can do this for less than 100, and then, 1,000, and then they come back and say, it's going to be, for a rebuild, 4,864, or I can get a manufacturer Honda new transmission for $5,800, or
here's what we need to do, Linda.
They're going to rebuild my transmission for $5,000.
Linda, this is what we need to do. We have to do it. Do you have the exact codes written down that it threw?
I do.
Okay,
yep.
Here. You need to get your car.
Piece of paper.
You need to get your car over to Mark Machowski at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth, on Santa Fe along the frontage road there. Now, here's why. He'll look at the codes. He'll look at the parts. They will have a pretty good idea if what they said happened, or if they did damage, or if truly there was something wrong with it. Without that knowledge, we can do nothing.
Yeah.
So that's the first step, okay? Let's get it done. Let's just get it done. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. How long has Sharon been on? Because I noticed she's on our hotline.
Just about 20 minutes.
Okay, let me just go to a few people who've been waiting.
You know, this guy says, I just got this email, though. He says, I hate when Tom doesn't let someone finish. I wanted to know if the mechanics wore overalls and denim.
Okay, because she mentioned no other guy had overalls. I don't know. Gary, what about your 05 Jeep Grand Cherokee, sir?
Thank you. I've got an 05 that I bought brand new, and it's intermittent, which makes it obviously a lot more problem. When I'm driving down the street, the dash just dies. Tack, speedo, light, everything.
The cluster.
Yep, that goes through the firewall.
The radio stays on, but everything else, the lights go off. If you pull the...
You know that some of them have one plug that goes through the firewall?
Okay.
That's usually the problem. You know what? The good news is, Gary, when something like that happens, it's usually minor because everything has something in common. All of those things only have a few things in common. So you're not going to have a hard time diagnosing it. We'll come right back to you, okay? Because we have a lot more to talk about. And we have a line open, 303-713-TALK.
If you're a woman... Putting the cream on you, and then we'll get them up. And we'll come to you at the top of the hour.
Where is he? I'm not going to really have to do it. Why not? No, you have to do it to you.
Tom.
Mark, we'll come to you on the air after the break. So where is it? And I'll go put it on. Seriously. So but I'm going to talk to you about putting it on me. What?
It's frozen right now.
Well, what does it mean?
Do we need to microwave it?
You can nuke it, yeah. Hold on. I want the one that's the best, even with the cannabinoid.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I just bought the regular one. The only difference between the cannabinoid and this is the cannabinoid instantaneous. My wife.
How long will this take?
15 minutes, 5-15 minutes.
Okay, this is, so we have to...
Can we have down a little?
Yeah, you can go to my voice code.
Yeah.
And they're all the same. Let's just...
Kick her in the nuts.
To make it soft.
What's on? Whoa, that's good. Let's do it. These are the end of their shelf life.
When Machowski gets back in, you hold him, I'll kick him in the nuts, and then this guy can rub it all over his balls. We'll put it up. It'll go viral. It will go viral.
The worst part is he's serious. You know, he's not kidding. He's serious. There's no propaganda. That would be funny. That one is serious.
As soon as possible.
Okay.
You can go on my website. You can also look us up on Facebook.
All right, I'll be right back. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
They got that
You know what,
in the cluster.
Cherokees and Durangos have instrument cluster problems, man.
Just in
Especially
there.
the older ones. Yeah, they tend to.
How are you?
I do quite a bit with Durango, and it's a drag because the clusters are getting hard to get a hold of.
Yeah.
You know?
So you invented all this, huh?
Well, I took something that's been around for centuries and just, but they used to be, right, what he's saying?
Yeah.
It's not going to surprise you, the instrument cluster.
Yeah.
For cough syrup or not at all.
Most of them people don't work at. I forget where I used to buy online. It was down in Mobile.
Because there's like what you guys are talking about, what they call the bus connector.
Yep.
Believe it or not, in the odometer on the instrument cluster, it'll read bus instead of the mileage.
Oh, if it's broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is because
That makes sense.
it'll read bus. In other words, the bus is down.
It takes time.
But it could be either the bus connector or the cluster.
But it could be an ignition switch as well.
Okay.
It could be about any kind of power supply. It could
Now
be
we're switching. These are frozen because we use grape seed.
Because they will throw
Found out
codes.
at a very short shelf life of about
There will be
3
body
months.
codes in there.
So that's why they're frozen.
These are all the same?
They're all the same.
Oh, okay.
Dan, get in here. We need you to apply that.
We're switching to avocado oil. It penetrates the skin deeper.
Kevin's got an itch.
Wow. Now I invented this with my partner. She did creams.
The funniest thing I ever seen Dan do is when I told him he had to go measure twice. He walks up to her with this measuring tape, right? And she's standing still and he's I gave her a
Something's definitely wrong with it.
Like you said, wasn't a problem.
oh, you gotta love Bill O'Reilly.
Apothecary Miracle Cream.
Hey, how about later on? You go to my
Maybe it
hotel.
might be one of the things we need to change. I don't know.
Well, you certainly have to change it when it comes to a website.
If you want that job.
And the website's apothecarymiraclecream.com.
No, you'll never get it.
I didn't know. I would have never guessed he was such a horn dog. Never. Bill O'Reilly. I would have never guessed it.
I thought he was still married.
No, she still got it.
So he wasn't married, so it's not really that bad.
He was telling women if they didn't sleep with him, they wouldn't have a fucking job. That's bad.
Who said that?
Bill O'Reilly.
He didn't say that.
He did not.
Oh, bullshit. Okay, if they didn't have sex with him, they were never on the show again. So, okay.
That's not true.
Yeah, you don't hear anything from Bill O'Reilly
Okay.
anymore. It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. $18 million settlement.
Oh, I agree. That's cool.
18 or $30 million settlement.
And the falafel.
And a free falafel for life.
What was the falafel about?
He said it to the one woman in her testimony that
You're saying
he said, "Hey, you want to come up to my hotel room? We'll take a shower and I can rub you down with my falafel." He didn't mean to say falafel. He meant to say loofah, but he actually said falafel.
What kind of weed?
I love that.
I'd be
How did you
cheaper
discover that?
my 99 Taco Bell burrito.
In a book that I got, called The Lost. That is funny right there.
The falafel?
No, I bet Andy, I said before the show, Mark's going to have at least one donut.
Is there some donuts out there? He goes, Mark,
This guy can eat all day long.
That's what I told Andy. I said, he's not going to make it through the whole show.
I can't. If I even start adding carbs back in, I like literally start gaining weight.
So when you saw the donut,
You know, one more thing. When we came up,
I was second guessing myself. And I saw, I'm like, all right. I know
I know.
you can do it.
No, but in the restaurant, I came back. I said,
There's no way you can do that. He's always very
That's awesome.
Usually you're either fair.
Yeah, he is. He's like, every time Kevin's in, we talk about that.
Yep.
You can pack it away like no one I've
I
ever
can't
seen.
remember which show it was. They had some kind of
Is there any heavy people in your family?
that he was over there, he couldn't even talk because he was eating everybody else. There's a pizza place brought pizza and chocolate torts. They were good.
Oh, yeah.
But you're over there, you're trying to talk to you, and you're like, huh, what?
Shove it down the cake.
That sounds actually good, chocolate torte.
Oh, it was awesome. It was. You can just tell when you bite into it, it's like fudge, this
I
thing.
believe this is for you.
Oh, nice.
I need to go do this. So Mark, you want to?
Yeah, he's going to, I'll tell everybody you're applying it, we're checking it
Well, I
out.
put a little on.
For shame.
Nice.
Because I had to.
I'll say Dan's applying.
Mark, the hour.
All right, 303-713-8255, the only show of its kind. Real quick, I got to update everybody. We've got a guy that showed up with this cream. He called in if you've been listening. And Dan's applying it to Tom as we speak in the restroom in one of the stalls. I'm not going to say where he's applying it. What? We're going to see if this stuff actually works. No kidding. Tom's out. I think he's putting it on his back or shoulder. And we're going to see what happens there. And,
I got some for the house.
You did get some for the house? You know, by the way, this hour is brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. You know, Brent Ivinson, I've known now for a long time. My God, Tom's known him forever and a day. But what's really cool about Ideal Home Loans is the different things they do. And when you get a pre-approval from these guys, it's like shopping with cash. I'm not kidding. It's just like it is. There's other places, you know, the last minute comes, you find the house, and all of a sudden there's an issue. This has probably happened to you if you bought a couple homes. It won't happen if you go through Ideal Home Loans. It simply won't happen. The other thing is, they can help you with your credit. They can do this thing where I think they called it a speed thing. They can contact it. If there's something on your credit they got to get rid of, they can actually contact that company and try to correct it. You know, only if it's valid, but if it shouldn't be on there, and they can do this fast correction almost overnight. It's pretty impressive. The other thing that I really love, and this will be the last thing, but I got to tell you, if you're in a 30-year mortgage or a 15 or a 10, they can do a custom term loan. You want to pay off that house quicker, they can help you do it. 303-867-7000. Brent Ivinson and the gang, 303-867-7000. I cannot wait to see if this cream's working. Kevin, do you think it's going to work? By the way, it's car day.
It should work. I mean, it makes something nice.
Why is it frozen, Mark? This guy brought it in, and it's frozen. We had to microwave it.
It's like it's been out in the truck or something overnight.
Gordon or Brian.
I guess the shelf life. They can't hear you, so you got to get on that mic, man.
Well, basically, what me and my business partner, Tamara O'Brien, discovered pretty quick was that grapeseed oil, which was the carrier in this particular version, has a 3-month shelf life.
Got it.
So when we found that out, we threw them in the freezer, and we're like, well, we'll throw a sale, we'll get rid of all this, and then we're changing it to another carrier oil that actually lasts for a year.
Oh, okay.
And penetrates the skin deeper.
So that's not going to be an issue on your next batch?
No, it's not.
All right. What do you guys sell it for? I got to ask you.
Typically,
I'm like the profit now. How much? How much does it cost to make that, and what do you sell it for?
It costs us about $5 to make it.
Got it.
Okay. There's 2 versions. There's the one with the hemp extract, the cannabinoid oil that he asked me about. That one we sell for $49.95. It's more expensive to make it.
It's a great profit margin. My God.
It's a little more expensive to make it, but the thing is when you look at all the other oils that are out there that have cannabinoids in them.
How long is it going to take for Tom to feel better?
Anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes.
Because when you called up, you said 5 seconds. I found that extremely...
No, when she put the pure extract in...
5 seconds.
5 seconds.
And you know that oil that Johnny Bench uses? I always see it. I've been thinking about getting it myself. Blue Emu. Have you ever tried that?
It didn't work for me when I broke my neck.
Let's get back to this. Okay, so Gary, you've got an 05 Cherokee, and it came down to this. Why, I feel like this is going in and out, Drew, but I assume it's just these headphones. But the dash is not working, or the cluster. What do you guys think it is? You know, Tom was saying maybe the main connector, but I heard you saying, Kevin, or I heard Andy saying from Colorado Springs Dodge, it'll actually say CAM or something on it?
Well, real quickly, there's a light that comes on that says Service Electric Brake System. Now, this happened years ago when the car was still under warranty.
Yeah.
And they replaced the ignition switch.
Okay.
Well,
what does that have to do with the issue now, though?
Well, I had the ignition switch replaced again under the recall, probably about 8 or 9 months ago.
But what does that have to do with the issue now?
It's a power supply to the cluster.
It's the same issue as it was years ago.
But when they replaced it years ago, the issue went away, right? When they did the ignition.
Right, and now they've replaced the ignition switch again with the recall.
Andy, is this common in this vehicle?
Not ignition switch. No, I mean they have some cluster issues, or there might be a bus message. Is what I was talking about earlier.
That's right.
You know, the recall though, if you really feel that the recall made a difference, there's such a thing as going back to the dealer and redoing the recall. They'll do that for you in a minute if you think that's where it's at.
Okay.
So I'd suggest you start there if you really think it's related to the recall or the ignition switch.
And then did you have another idea that it might be something different?
Have you pulled any codes, any communication codes, anything out of it?
No, the only thing is that my dash tells me Service Electric Brake System.
Sure. You need to plug in a scanner and check codes because it'll give you a direction to go.
Yeah, bring it to a shop. I mean, there's one thing, checking a code, but most people, what's that going to mean? Like, you know, an example would be misfire number 3. Well, that could be 100 things within itself. I guess all I'm saying is don't go over to AutoZone or wherever.
No, because you need a good scanner to get into the lower other levels for the communication code.
If you're going to go back to the dealer anyway and question the switch, ask them to hook to it. I bet they do it for you as a courtesy and tell you if there are codes in it and what it would take to correct it or what direction it needs to go into.
Isn't one of your shops, do they do like an hour free diagnostic?
That's Mark over here, but I think all these guys would look at it somewhat quick like that, right? I mean, guys.
Absolutely. Where are you?
In Aurora.
Are you like a new man? Oh my God, he's dancing around. All right, hold on.
I don't feel anything yet. I mean, I just put it on. But, you know, I was rubbing it on vigorously, and I'm standing in the stall with my pants to my ankles, and a guy walks in. And
gosh, Tom.
And I had to explain, it's not what it appears to be. I was applying pain relief cream. He says, look, dude, it's your thing. Don't worry about it. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so who are we on with?
We're back to the same thing.
All right, here's what I want to do. Gary, hold on a sec.
We pretty much got through them.
I just applied it, and I'm waiting. And I'm really happy that Mike came in, Mark Sublett, and he calls it Apothecary Miracle Cream. We'll review it in a second here. So, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So is Gary done, or he has to get that main...
He's bringing it back to the dealer. We discussed it at length. He's got direction.
I should, tell you, Mark, did you introduce Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission? Did you?
Yeah, I call him Mark.
All right. And Kevin Calkin, Sheridan, Autotech, Andy Barella, Colorado Springs Dodge. Let's go and let's talk to Chris. Chris, what's going on with you, Chris?
Hey, so I'm just calling because I had a situation a few years ago where I had a car that I had sold to a friend, wrote up a kind of like a BS contract. He was in need of a car. Was willing to take payment. Overall price $4,000. He paid me up $3,300. Skipped out on the last $700.
You have a written. You did say it's in writing, right?
It is in writing, yeah. But honestly, taking him to court would be like trying to, get blood from his own. It's not going to happen.
You didn't take him to court then?
No, I did not.
Why is it so hard to take him to court?
Yeah, why? Good question.
I mean, he doesn't have the money. I know he doesn't have the money. He's an old friend of mine. Obviously, we're not friends anymore.
Chris, did you sign the title over?
I did not.
Okay, you're holding all the cards.
Right, I held the title, made sure that I wasn't gonna.
Well,
if
you have the title, listen. If you have a written agreement and a title, you don't have to transfer it over to him. Now, listen. You technically are lacking a piece of paper under the UCC, Universal Commercial Code, and that is a security agreement, which gives you the right to a specific piece of security if the terms of the note are not met. However, I would make the argument that no security agreement is needed because the car is not in his name to begin with, so you're not converting it.
It's still in this guy's name?
Tom,
yes.
He already took the truck back. The guy took it to a shop, and since he was the registered owner, he took the vehicle back. I don't know if it was a truck.
That's good.
That's
perfect. Chris, why are you calling me now?
Okay, so essentially, it ended up getting taken to a shop because I told him, hey, I'm gonna.
I understand. Suzanne just told me. She just told me you got it back. We don't have to go through that.
So actually, I didn't end up getting it back.
Oh.
What had happened is it sat in the lot for so long, and they wanted to charge me like an egregious amount of money to get it because they didn't call me until like 2 weeks after the fact. The shop ended up calling me and asking me, the legitimacy of him owning that car. And, I told him it was all on the up and up. He apparently took it there for service and then refused to pay them for the service. And I had told them,
Chris, all I care about right now, where is the truck?
As it is, this is a long time ago.
How long
ago?
Oh, wait. So, this happened a couple years ago?
Yes, this is a couple years ago. I'm just trying to see if there was...
And how much were you owed?
$700.
Okay, a couple years ago, you sold a truck, and why are you calling today?
Just more out of curiosity in terms of trying to see if there was a better method I could have taken in order to get it back.
Where is the truck right now?
As far as I know, the company that he took it to owns it, because they sent me a bill.
Okay, got you. They repossessed it in a way. They put a lien on it and took it. So, and they legally own it, so you're out. But the other question is this. They took it over.
There's no better way out of this, because he would have had to pay that bill.
Did you owe anything on this truck?
Me? No, I didn't know any.
How much did you sell it for in total?
It was in total it was $4,000.
So you're only short. You're only short $700.
Right.
And how much did that shop want?
They wanted like $900.
I think, you know, Chris, I think you came out smelling like a rose, and I think you did the right thing by not pursuing it. And I think you did the right thing by not trying to pay the bill and fight him and trying to take him to court when you knew he didn't have any money. I think you did everything right. And you got it in writing. You didn't transfer ownership. You did everything right. Here's what I think you should do now, and you still can, believe it or not. You can take that written agreement and just for the hell of it, take him to small claims court. You have 6 years on that unpaid debt to collect. And I did a judgment just to put a burr in his ass, unless you just want to move on.
Yeah, it's only $55, man. You might as well do it.
You'll get a judgment. You'll get a judgment.
I mean, I appreciate it. I'll probably go ahead and look into that here in the near future then.
And when you get that $700, after that, you call us.
Yeah, if he's got a job, and we'll tell you how to get part of his paycheck.
We'll tell you how to get paid. You don't have to sit for that. And this guy was a jerk and had work done and wouldn't pay for it and then let it sit there and get repossessed. I think he deserves to have a judgment. And you did nothing wrong.
You know, I've sold used cars on payments, too. When you go to DMV, you can put yourself as the lien holder on there. So the vehicle's technically in their name, but you own the vehicle, if you know what I mean.
Fix It 24/7 has a deal for you that is extraordinary. Now, Fix It 24/7 does plumbing and heating and air, and they're going to... First of all, I want to tell you something. Do you know these calls where they do those furnace checks? What do? Do they clean it? I want to tell you a personal experience because I had them check my furnace for $39. The number one killer of furnaces, what do you think it is, guys? The number one killer?
It's hard water in the coils?
Dirt. And do you know that a furnace should be cleaned to be healthy? I'm talking about clean. Now, for $39, what do most people do? They look over your furnace and hope they find problems to charge you money. Of course, there's nothing wrong with an honest company looking over your furnace. Nothing wrong with it at all. But Fix It 24/7 goes further. They literally, this is what they do on every call. I sent them to my house. This is what they do on every call. They disassemble the blower. They pull it out. They take the burners out. They put everything down and they clean inside the cabinet. They clean the coils. They clean the heat exchanger. They clean the burners. They clean the blower motor. They clean it to where it looks like brand new. They install a new filter. They take care of all of the burning adjustments. They look at your thermostat and make adjustments. No extra charge. $39. You will not believe this level of service. I call it rock star service. That's what it is. For $39, it's just unbelievable. I say, how do you make money on this? And they say, look, if we find something wrong, we present it to you. They didn't find anything wrong with mine, but they do tell you things about your furnace. And they lay it out. They show you the parts they're cleaning if you want to see it. They put everything back together, and it runs better. It's not just looking around looking for trouble. It will run better and last longer. And it's only $39, a real $39. Now, if they find problems, you get a full written estimate with absolutely no pressure whatsoever to get it fixed. None. They simply tell you what's wrong and say, look, you want to get it done? That's fine. I don't know anyone who does this level of service for this money anywhere. I call it a real furnace inspection. The number one killer of furnace is dirt, and they take care of it. $39. Here's the number. 720-526-3939 in honor of the $39 Furnace Check and Clean. 720-526-3939. This is normally $139. That makes more sense, right? But for this special promotion, and because they are brand new to K-House advertising here. They've been around, and they are growing faster than any other company of its kind. They're doing this special as a brand new advertiser here on the Troubleshooter Show. I've known George for 25 years, the owner. 720-526-3939. You will be shocked. 720-526-3939.
Hi, it's Botus. Yes, it's after the holidays. And now what do? Looking for a few dollars to pay your bill?
Well, I do not from rabbits, I'll shoot them. These black squirrels we have out there, God, they're oh, they're cute. The black squirrels with the stuff on their ears. Something are because rats. Money of rats, I'll shoot and kill all that shit. You know, many years ago, we had that was technical. I just showered. I feel that. What's the slip? But the first cousin of my dad's, they were all in college together 100 years ago. So he'd go home, take his shoes off, and say, the fucking cat on shit and piss in his shoes. Almost every single day. You know what I'm saying? Dogs do that, cats do that. It's something about them feeling, like, oh, like you're no, because the cat would only do it to him.
I had a cat did it to me. We didn't each other. Just though I clothes and they're on the floor.
But it's only yours.
Only mine, and only if they're on the floor. If they're on the bed, she wouldn't touch them. If they fell on the floor, or she knocked them.
I'm Tom Martino, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Remember that name for interior and exterior renovations. And he is so honest, ethical, cost-efficient, gives value, that he is busy. So you may have to wait. But you know what? He's not going to ask for big money up front. He's not going to ask for, just to wait on his list. He's not going to ask for unrealistic payments. He does, of course, get paid as he goes. He is a great guy. We've never had a complaint about his taking money and never performing. 303-679-8509. GenesisTotalExteriors.com for both exteriors and interiors. Let's keep going and see what we can do for you, okay? Robert's got a speeding ticket. Robert, slow down. Next. Hey, Robert, what's going on, bro?
My wife actually got the ticket a couple days ago. She was speeding 15 miles over the speed limit, got the ticket.
Okay.
And then the next morning, we got a note on the door from the officer that gave her the ticket.
Yeah.
And I guess he forgot to write down the VIN number and the color of the car.
Okay.
And I'm just wondering if that's normal practice.
No, I've never heard of it ever before. He literally went to her door and left a note. Hey, I forgot to write down this and this.
So what? He didn't say exactly what what he forgot he had left a note, and then she called back and said that she was gone all day yesterday, so couldn't figure it out, and then got a hold of him today and said that she was uncomfortable with him coming to the house for any information like that, and asked if he wanted to meet at the police station to, you know, give him the information.
Right, and what did he say?
He's, oh, no, I just forgot a couple things, so to be able to put it through the system, I need these things first.
Hello? What happened? He just left. I have no idea. If he wouldn't meet at the police station, then there's something weird. I was going to ask, is your wife overly attractive? Maybe I'm not saying he's going to attack her, but maybe, you know, it's his way of maybe just getting to see her again. I don't know. Robert, if you're listening, call back. I don't know what happened just then, but please call back. Jim, what's happening with you, Jim?
My car failed emission because it's putting out too much CO2.
Yes.
I wonder if anyone there can tell.
Okay, we're having a problem with the phones. He disconnected as well. Something's going on. Our phones are Xing out, so I don't know what's going on.
That's the second time that's happened, Tom, where they X out on their own.
They're still, look, they're doing it right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, man, I hope it has nothing to do with me spilling that Coke. Oh, no. No.
It's the cream.
I didn't spill Coke. Hold on. If you get disconnected, folks, would you please call 303-MARTINO? You'll get right through. 303-627-8466. Man, I want to help you if I can. Let's just try this. Sharon, if we get disconnected, call us right back. What's going on, Sharon?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's happening? You have something, what's going on with some flooring?
Yeah, I decided to get my whole house hardwood floored, the pre-engineered hardwood floor.
Did you go to Simply Floors, Buddy Mitchell?
Nope. First I went to Empire and I got a estimate from them, and it seemed kind of high.
Yep.
So I went.
Kind of.
So I went to HomeAdvisors.com and got Chris Seplu. I don't know how to even pronounce his last name.
And what happened?
Anyway, he said, "Oh, it'll be a 2 to 3 day job," and he gave me an estimate for a little over like $5,200, and for the labor, and I would supply.
I ought to start charging Home Advisor.
You know, I'd like to know how they've got it through. Well, they've only had 3 reviews, but of course they have a 5-star on Home Advisor. How do these things work?
Listen, Sharon, really, that's weird. You called Empire because you see him advertised. You see Home Advisor. But what can we do for you? Had you gone to Buddy Mitchell, not only would you have had the job done, it would have been done cheaper, probably 40% cheaper, and it would have been better, and you wouldn't have been calling me. But I don't mind you calling me, and I'll help you. In the future, though, and I'm serious when I say this, use referralist.com. I don't know. But anyway, Sharon, let's talk about this. What's the problem right now? Let's get right to the problem. What's wrong?
Started in early December, and he said it would be a 2 to 3 day job.
And you mean to tell me it's not done yet?
No.
What? Wait. Is it all installed and now he just has to fix things, or is it not even installed?
The floors are installed, but not the stairs, not any of the trim throughout the house.
What? What does he say about it?
Oh, there's been all sorts of stuff, but
like, what's the latest? What's his latest story? And the name of the floor company is Sepulveda?
Sepulveda Flooring Design. Chris Sepulveda is the guy, or Christian, as he has on his legal documents.
All right, so what's the latest story? Let's get right to it. What does he say?
Well, it's been there's been multiple no-call, no-shows.
Did you call Home Advisor?
Yeah, I've been working with them.
What do they do?
Yeah, what do they do?
I'd like to know.
They say, okay, to make this work, you have to, do a formal complaint. And I said, absolutely. So I put a negative review, and that pissed him off.
And then what?
And they called him.
Whoa. How come that negative? I'm literally on Home Advisor looking at him. He's got 3 reviews, all 5-star. Where's yours?
I know, Tom. I had to take it down.
Why?
twice in order to get him to try to finish the job. But now I've found out that he's not only a crappy whatever, he has, I had $2,000 of purchases at Home Depot that I called in my credit card when he was there picking up the merchandise.
Oh, my God.
And I went to Home Depot.
Did he use your credit card?
Yeah, I didn't give him my credit card. I called my credit card in.
And wait, did he put extra stuff on there?
Well, I don't know. Well, he did $2,000 worth, and he returned.
But Sharon, wait, hold on. Wait. Why did he go to Home Depot at all with your credit card number? Why?
Because I said I would pay for all the material.
Okay, so
I'll go pick him up. Yeah, so that was legit.
Okay.
But then I found out he returned about $1,200 of the merchandise for.
Did you tell this to Home Advisor?
Yep.
And Home Advisor has a 5-star rating for him, Mark?
Right this second.
Right this second.
And you should read
Are people listening to this?
You should hear these reviews.
Home Advisor is giving this guy great reviews. Your review is taken down. You took it down. And now he stole money from you, basically. So you got to report it to the cops.
I'd call the cops, too.
Yep. I talked to Greenwood Village Police, and they came here.
Good.
And I told them about, and they said they can't do anything about him not finishing the
No, of course not. No.
But the credit card fraud.
Yes, they can do it.
And that's also still in debate because he said there's usually a $2,000 limit for that. But he said, I'm going to give him all the information and texts and emails and dates, and I've got screenshots.
All right, we need to get this guy's name and number out. You're probably never going to get your floor done. You know that, right?
Oh, I won't have him in my house.
Okay, what's his?
And call Buddy too. He'll finish that up.
I want you to call Buddy Mitchell, Simply Floors Inc. And I want you to tell him what's going on and have him finish it. And he's probably not going to do it free, but he'll do it for a damn good price. Here's what I need to know. Okay? I need to know exactly how to spell this guy's name. I want him to be inundated with phone calls from people. He thought that review was bad. Let's get it. How do you spell his name?
You know what, Tom? One other thing. Home Advisors told me they suspended his account. And if you're looking at it right now, then they're...
No, it's not suspended as far as we can see.
Yep,
now, I don't know if they'll send him out on jobs or not, but you can search him there. Now, it's Sepulveda, 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 Design Flooring. His number is 8...
his first name is Chris, or Christian, on his legal documents.
Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, here's his number. 86...
No.
What? No?
It's 602...
Yes.
459-0902.
On Home Advisor, he's got a different number. He's got 866-686-9896.
Okay,
he must have just changed that.
602-459-0902 is the one that you have.
Dan's got him on right now.
Well, Dan, this guy, I don't know what kind of an excuse he can have. He didn't finish the frickin' job, and he returned $1,200 worth of stuff. Dan, ask him to be a man and get on the air and discuss this. How about that? Do you hear me? Suzanne, did he hear me? Okay, tell him. Get on the air and discuss it.
Let's go to break, and hopefully he's on when we get back.
602-459-0902. Listen, folks, here is a prime example of Home Advisor versus the referral list with a guy like Buddy Mitchell at Simply Floors.
And they're definitely up on Home Advisor still.
And he's still on Home Advisor. This is a real-life situation. I spend most of my time handling problems from Angie's List and Home Advisor, and never, well, I can't say never. I have a few complaints about Referral List at referrallist.com, but you want to protect yourself, referrallist.com. I don't know how many times I can say it. Whether you like me or not, I don't even care. Protect yourself at least. Protect yourself. Century RV has a 32,000 square foot, speaking of my referral list, a square foot facility indoor just north of 6th Avenue now between Kipling and Sims. These basic camper RVs, camper trailers, the largest used selection around, plus they have new units. They're also in Longmont at the 119 turnoff up there north of Denver on I-25, the 119 turnoff to Longmont. And of course, now in Lakewood, you will love these people. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 6. 303-453-1111.
From the Fox Business Network, all Wall Street stocks are mixed in afternoon trading as a government shutdown looms, and Ford's weak profit expectations continue to dog the company's stock, falling to its lowest level since late September. And it looks like if it ends on a down note, it could be nearly a 10% decline for the week for the automaker. And if you pay for Amazon Prime on a monthly basis, get ready to shell out nearly 20% more. 2 years ago, the online retailer had added the monthly payment option as a way to lure shoppers, especially during the holiday season, who wanted faster free shipping but didn't want to commit to an annual fee. Besides free 2-day shipping, Prime members get other perks like access to Amazon's video and music streaming services. The fee of $99 for an annual membership will not change. The increase will also impact the company's newly introduced student pricing, moving from $5.49 to $6.49. Amazon's existing monthly members will start paying the higher fees next month. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop! Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free report. This method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com.
The drive downtown on this Friday, typical. Northbound I-25, pretty much stop and go from Broadway, traveling up to north of Colfax, southbound slow on the approach to Colfax as well. Earlier crash, northbound I-25 at 8th Avenue. That's long gone. Good news there. Eastbound I-70 is slow either side of the I-270 interchange. Westbound 270 slow on the approach to Vasquez. And up in the high country, big delays due to a crash. Westbound I-70 up by Beaverbrook. Only the right lane getting by on that stretch. The weather forecast, partly sunny but warm today with a high near 68. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight, a low of 33. Right now, mostly cloudy and 63. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
Tune in to the Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is the Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show, Saturday afternoons at 3 or Sundays at 1 and 4 on 630 KHOW.
When it comes to servicing your car, let's go right to the heart of the matter. Al Aramis, he's the owner of Pro Auto Care for 25 years, and they give a 36,000-mile warranty complete with roadside assistance to each and every customer. You'll also get reminders when your service intervals are due. I love them. I use them. You should too. Denver and Littleton. 303-PRO-AUTO. That's 303-PRO-AUTO or 303proauto.com.
Don't miss the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3 p.m. on 630 KHOW. If you want to learn how to make money in the stock market, the Trading Group Show, Sundays at 3, or call 888-959-4004 for a free demo.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair is taking the mystery and fear out of the repair process. Now, they'll find and fix any problem on your car for a guaranteed $89 plus parts. That's all you pay, or the visit's free. And if the problem is major and they can't possibly fix it for $89, they won't charge you a dime, but you'll get a comprehensive written diagnostic. That's fine, fix, or free. $89 at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. 303-781-9858. 781-9858.
What's trending? Let's talk about it.
It's the same way I return after shift for you'll never money classes again. Just because you want to go out with them. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713.
On this email, becomethebanker.info, they wanted to know is there another website? They said they've already seen my video. Yeah, his website is becomethebanker.org. Okay, becomethebanker.org. But really, it's the same. And then I have a phone number if you really want to just sign up. It's 303-779-6600. That means sign up for a seminar. Joe Chiano, who's been doing this for years, he decided that a seminar is an efficient way to have everyone and get all their questions answered. But you will get a lot of information at becomethebanker.info, and you can call them. And it's just this investment I've been touting for years. I love it. I mean, my friends have it. Our family has. What it is an overfunded life insurance policy. You buy a life insurance policy, and then monthly, instead of paying a regular premium, you pay an inflated premium. On purpose. Now, you don't have to do it monthly. You can do it semi-annually. You can do it whatever you want. But here's the deal. You overfund it on purpose because the money grows tax-free. Now, if you did nothing more than just let it grow, that's great. And then when you get toward retirement or any age you want, you can start borrowing from it. You don't pay it back. And you'll never pay tax on the money when you pull it out because it's a loan. And then those loans are paid off by the life insurance policy. It's a perfect situation, in my opinion. Now, I don't think it should be your only investment, but for people without a lot of money, I would make it my first investment. And if you do have a lot of money, I just make it part of my investment. And by the way, you can use it to buy cars. You can use it to go on vacations. You can use it to buy a house. You can use it for any purpose you want for your down payment. But you have to pay yourself back with interest, and then that shelters more money. The only time you don't pay yourself back is when you start taking it out for retirement, okay? Anyway, becomethebanker.info. Robert is back with the speeding ticket. Sorry we got disconnected, Robert. So listen, when you asked, or she asked if she could meet the guy, the cop left a note saying, I need more information, can you meet me? Or can I come out to the house and get it? Or what did he say? Did he say come out to the house?
He just left his card.
No, I know that. She called him. Then what?
Yeah, called him.
Then
what? He asked if he could come back and meet her at our house.
Okay, now when she asked to meet elsewhere, what did he say?
She asked if we could meet at the police station.
Yes.
Because she'd be more comfortable, and he's like, no, I just don't have any of the stuff in the system or anything like that, and I need this stuff to put it in the system.
I would never do that. That sounds creepy to me. It sounds creepy. I think he probably thought your wife was attractive and wanted to hook up with her and talk to her. Maybe not. Maybe he just doesn't want to get in trouble and doesn't want anyone to know he was so lax at the scene. Is your wife overly attractive? I shouldn't ask a husband that. Of course she is. I mean, does your wife attract attention?
Yes and no. I mean, it just depends.
I'm just going to leave yourself with that rope.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to leave yourself with the rope. I don't want you to put it around the tree. Don't put it around the tree. David has a comment. David, go ahead, sir.
Sir, how you doing? Hey, I'm glad you called back because I was just going to tell you, it's more likely, I mean, it could be sinister, but I doubt it. It's more likely that he's either facing some disciplinary action because he failed to properly fill out the ticket, and the ticket may not actually be valid, and he's just trying to cover his butt. But every traffic ticket has to be accounted for, so now he's got a ticket in his book that he hasn't turned in. And so I think he's just trying to cover his butt and doesn't want his superiors to find out.
Could be.
I'm a former police officer from another state, though, so each state is a little bit different. I believe that he's just trying to cover his butt, and I would just suggest there's two ways to do it. Go to the police station, say, I got this ticket. They may just dismiss it for the trouble, but they may take the information and still issue it to her.
Yeah, I wouldn't, by the way, I wouldn't meet him. I would wait for the court date and be done with it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't meet with him.
Say this ticket's not accurate.
She's under no obligation to meet with him. Thank you, David. Robert, I would just ignore it and show up at court.
Okay.
And I would point out in court there is no VIN number and there is no whatever he didn't get. That's all.
Simple as that. Under the impression that he's going to come back on Thursday when he goes back to work.
Well,
so
don't be there.
Okay.
I mean, what does he need? The VIN number and what else?
The VIN number and the color of the vehicle.
Okay, the color. I can't believe this guy doesn't remember that. Anyway, he has. He's an idiot because with the license plate number, he can find the VIN number and he can find the color. Right, guys? I can.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. There's something really weird. David. Hey, David, are you still there? Damn, that cop wasn't, that ex-cop. Because I'll tell you why. I think that guy's playing a game, because I can find out the VIN number with the license plate number is all you need, because you know how I know that? Blinker.com. You can go on Blinker.com and put in a license plate number, and if you're selling a car,
our software does that too at the shop.
Yeah, with Mitchell.
Yep.
With Mitchell.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now it's getting even more curious.
Hey, this flooring guy,
Hey, Robert.
man.
I'm telling you, I think if I was you, I would call him as a husband, and I would say, look, bud, here's the deal. You know as well as I do, you can put in her license plate number, and you can get back the color of that vehicle and the VIN number. So what is going on? I would ask him straight up. I seriously would. Okay. And I'd say, and you better answer me before I call your Office of Internal Affairs. That's what I would say.
Okay.
And you please let me know. Would you please call me and let me know? Now, we left off with Jim. I don't know how he got caught with I think he got disconnected. The high CO2 and his car failed emissions. What, guys, is high CO2 indicative of?
Well, it's carbon monoxide, right. CO.
Oh, I'm sorry. He said CO2.
CO2, yeah. That's not.
It's not CO2.
No.
Because CO2 is carbon dioxide, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's that's not.
It's a byproduct, but it's not
Jim,
measured.
Yes.
What kind of car?
What kind of car?
It's a 1996 Pontiac Sunfire.
Yeah, so you want to hook it up to a scanner, monitor the O2 sensors. It's probably running lean.
Well, high CO would be running rich. The opposite. Too much fuel. So you're going to have an oxygen sensor, a map sensor, anything along those lines.
Bad cat?
No, cat not so much.
No. Would a throttle position sensor?
Depending on when the high CO is red. If it's red at off idle, then yeah, it's possible.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, too much gas. Anything that'll cause more gas than necessary.
Dan, talk to that flooring guy, man.
What are you talking about?
The flooring guy. Sepulveda.
Oh, Dan, where is he?
He's right here.
Dan, what did he say?
He's coming on Monday.
He's going to come on the air?
Yeah, Monday.
Okay, meanwhile, 602-459-0902.
My scumbag alert's going off like crazy on this guy, man.
Yeah, what did he sound like to you, Dan? Seriously, get the mic.
That he never wanted to come on the radio, never heard of the show, and was really...
He'll hear about it now.
Yeah, right. No, I agree and stuff. And while he was on the phone, he got 3 other calls.
Of course he did. 602-459-0902. He takes your credit card number there to buy stuff for her job, then returns some of it, but instead of putting the credit back on her card, he takes the cash.
Yeah, he's a thief in my opinion.
So in my opinion, you are a thief. So Chris, you're going to hear about me, okay? You will know about me, in my opinion, and I can give my opinion about you, and you're welcome to come on and defend yourself. You didn't finish the job. And, by the way, somebody should call Home Advisor and find out why he's still on Home Advisor.
And it's been 3 or 4 months, man. This didn't happen last week.
So why is he still on Home Advisor? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This truly sucks.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
Let's start off with...
Yeah, I know that's why everybody kind of chuckled. Yeah, no wonder it has high CO.
Back in the Denver area, a couple of watch out for I thought it was low CO. Starting at Broadway doesn't let up until you get well north of Colfax.
How's that stuff working?
Downtown as well. Yeah. Seeing some delays on the eastbound side of the turnpike.
It's probably not good.
Need a review.
Oh, he's stoned. Look at him. He's staring into that screen.
Screensaver's got him mesmerized.
He's like, man, look at that.
It's a great screensaver.
It's great, man. Hey, did anybody order pizza?
When I come back, I'm going to bring in some more stuff on Monday. When I come back, I'm going to bring in one of the extra straight, the one that's got Canada.
Oh, I got to mention that before you got to remind me, because I got some comments.
If you're a woman 55 or older and thinking about retirement or already retired, let me know.
Yeah, that is true with that cop wanting to come over to the lady's house.
Yeah, I'd be on the phone too.
Yeah, if you were the husband, you'd be all over that going, what the hell? You'd be all over that.
No, I wouldn't even play with that cop.
You imagine this guy calling
your wife attract a lot of attention?
Well, yes and no. I know. I thought it was Seinfeld where he'd always bring her to that back booth, and that's the only place she'd look good. Looking this way. Two-Face.
Well, yes and no.
I know, you could. Or, what is it called when they've got like a good body and an ugly face or something? There's some word for that.
Bagger?
No. It looks great, but her face.
Okay, but her face.
Wouldn't it be funny as hell if he said that? Well, she's a
butter face.
She's got a great personality.
Here's the question I got for that police officer. So, officer, you're saying that you didn't complete the ticket right. Is that, yeah. So does that mean I'm not going to have to pay it?
No.
That's my question. And if the answer is yes, I'd be like, no, I'm not meeting with you. Are you crazy?
Really young
guy. Had a shot.
No.
Something happened. I mean, how would he not?
Yeah, but he can't make people uncomfortable. I mean, that's not as competent.
I'm still thinking about
No,
this.
but he can find out those two pieces of information, so you're full of shit.
You know he can.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about this.
Tell him to go to Blinker.
This lady. Mark's on the radio with this lady, and this lady's talking about her husband being in a coma. And this
Oh my God!
I'm still thinking. But the worst part of it all was that tote bill.
It flew over his head. It was so outrageous. I went in there to make sure I heard it right.
The worst part.
Oh my God! He's in intensive care. He almost
Right.
But the worst part
was that tote bill.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show, 303.
Said, hey, I didn't get two pieces of information, the VIN number and the color of the vehicle. Can you meet me? I mean, can I come back to the house? And meanwhile, you know, all he has to do is he has the license plate number. He can find out that information. So what's going on, Tom? I don't know why the cop wants to recontact her. It doesn't sound good.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you, because you asked me for examples before of how I went in court. If this person shows up in court with their ticket and he didn't write that stuff in, that's why he's going to her house, because he needs to write that in.
I don't know if that's correct.
Oh, hold on.
So if you write like
Tom's got a good point, though. Tom's got a good point. They do have to. She could say, "Wait a minute, he didn't write this on my ticket," and it would be on his side. Exactly. That might look weird. I don't know.
Exactly.
But are you also saying that if you have like the wrong car, the wrong information, the ticket's invalid?
Yes.
See, I don't know if that's true.
Okay, listen. I think Tom makes a good point, but who knows? Listen, this pain cream. So it's called Apothecary Miracle Cream. And we had our buddy Mark Sublett. He called the show and said, I made this cream. I have some with cannabinoids or whatever you call them in it, and some without. No THC in the other one anyway. I use the one without because that's the only ones he brought. And I will say this, okay? Now, I put it on, and it's been about a half hour now. And it wasn't, or an hour. Oh, an hour? Okay. I don't feel any difference, but
you smell different.
Hold on. I don't feel any difference in a level of pain. However, it is very comforting and soothing feeling, like someone is gently putting heat or rubbing on it.
Like a menthol?
That's just Dan.
It's different. Hold on. It's different than just a menthol or a Bengay or something like that. It's different. It's deeper. It feels very comforting, I will say that. But I don't feel like the pain didn't go away. I mean, but this is unfair because my lower back pain is chronic. It's not like just some muscle ache. So I did put it on where I have muscle ache from working out yesterday. And, you know,
you're so politically correct.
I'm telling you that I don't feel a difference in pain level, but it feels comforting. How else can I put it?
Maybe the other stuff would work.
What do you think? What do you think? Go ahead, Mark. You got plenty of testimony. I don't know. I mean,
so what we're finding out as people have used it, because I designed it for knee pain. When me and my business partner sat down and created this together, we designed it for her knee pain and for my neck pain. The responses that we're getting are people with fibromyalgia love it. And if you go to our Facebook or you go to our website, they talk about it all day long. We got 12 5-star ratings on Facebook from people I don't even know.
Okay.
When it comes to muscular dystrophy or MS or arthritis, you know, all of these different things, it works fantastic.
Well, that's really what I have on my lower back, just generalized arthritis.
Those are some big claims, oh, man.
They are, and that's why I brought these 10. But we also offer an empty jar guarantee, so if it doesn't work, we don't want your money. Okay. We'll give you your money back.
Yeah, I know, and I don't think you're trying to pull a scam. Where do they get it if they want it?
They go to our website, apothecarymiraclecream.com.
Lord have mercy.
By the way, try to get another website. That is the craziest.
That'll take us 3 minutes to spell.
Apothecarymiraclecream.com is the worst website you could ever have. What?
Daphne just she put it on her neck for a headache. She says it feels great and the pain is gone.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll take it. So here's the deal. He'll give money back. This is not a commercial. He says if you don't like it, you take even the empty jar. He'll give your money back. So Keith, quickly make this comment. We only have a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah. If they go to court and there's something left out on the ticket that's relevant or something wrong on the ticket that's relevant that's put or not put there by the cop,
they'll throw it out?
The judge will probably ask the cop if he wants to amend the ticket, and he'll say yes.
Of course.
And then the judge will ask the defendant, do you mind or do you object to him amending the ticket? And you should always say no, because they can't amend the ticket if you say no. If you say yes, they can amend the ticket and then convict you.
So if part of the VIN number's wrong, if one thing's off on the VIN number, are you saying it's an invalid ticket, you don't have to pay it?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what you do in court when they want to amend the ticket.
Is say no. Say no. Right, okay. Colt, what's going on with you, Colt?
Yes, I have a previous employer who's refusing to pay my final wages, and also he has, over the last 6 months, arbitrarily taken money out of my paycheck.
Well, you need, now that we have a really good and aggressive Department of Wage in our Department of Labor here. We really do. It's the Department of Labor. But we can take this when we have more time and literally call your employer. He is arbitrarily taking money. How does he take money from you?
So I'm a project manager, and...
But how does he take money from you?
Oh, he just pulls it out of the paycheck. He creates a PO, like...
Really?
He'll make a $70 PO for a failed inspection, deduct that from my commission pay, and then he'll pay me minus the $70.
That's weird.
Just call the labor board.
Yeah, but I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you tomorrow, Suzanne. When we have more time, have him ahead of time send us an example of his stub where it has stuff withdrawn from it.
Hey, would you give that phone number out to that deadbeat floor guy, in my opinion, one more time?
Okay, that deadbeat floor guy, what's the name of that floor place?
I can't even pronounce it.
Let's
just call it what it is.
What is it?
Doesn't finish the job and steals money floor guy.
Yeah.
It's Sepulveda Design Flooring.
602-459-0902. Let them know what you think of them. 602-459-0902. I want to say goodbye to my expert, Mark Wachowski, Budget A1 Transmission, Auto Repair, Kevin Calkin, Sheridan Auto Tech, and Andy Barella, Colorado Springs Dodge. You're all great.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many of the nation's plans, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted.
I think maybe that category stuff. That way you can say you tried them both. And I'll just drop it at the front desk.
Just bring him a big bowl of hash.
Yeah, those are for you guys. I'll bring some more on Monday. I'll talk to you.
We got 3 emails with other people selling that stuff since you've been in, wanting to come in and test theirs. Wow, really? Open up a can of worms.
Well, so many people though are trying to.
How many people do we know involved in that?
Pain is really a big deal.
We have so many people that